And we are live. A couple minutes maybe earlier than normal. However, I thought it appropriate for no particular reason. I just wanted to start early. Hi, how's everybody doing? Lolly ho, Jelly Bean. Lolly ho, Koshek. Chris Wren, good to see you, glad to have you. La Barbecue, good to see you, glad to have you. Nick, good to see you, glad to have you. Sarah, good to see you, glad to have you. Tillier, good to see you, glad to have you. How's everybody doing? How's everybody chilling, as it were? Let me make sure. Do we have any audio problems today? No? It says we're good. It's too hot. Oh, hot. Yeah, seems like that's a wide-ranging problem for many. And you, Elio? I had a very anxious morning. I've for some reason, after coming off of COVID, I've been suffering a lot of panic attacks. So I'm between the COVID brain fog and COVID fatigue still lasting, and the energy drain from that. I am very, very tired. But I think this will be a fun stream. Worst case, maybe this will go just a little short if it needs to be. You know, seeing as we're wrapping up 2.2 and then going to be hitting on some of the tribal quests and stuff, because I think that becomes hyper relevant to the story as a whole. So I think hitting on those as we go along is an important part of the MSQ. But I'm doing okay. How do I phrase? I'm doing very poorly compared to how I was like 3 weeks ago, but it's just a low. It's gonna, like, things are gonna go back up. So it's just fine. Chris, good to see you. Glad to have you. London is burning. Happy time zones, Professor, indeed. Good to see you. Glad to have you. Chris, oh, oops, wrong YouTube account. Well, welcome on to the right YouTube account. It's too hot and too rainy. Actually, the rain has been soothing as long as I'm not outside. I would take some rain. Rain would be nice. Can the heat just burn itself and go away? Hello, Chris. Hugs for your anxiety. Thank you, Koshek. Thank you very much. Aaron, good to see you. Glad to have you. Yes, reminder, no spoilers. Thank you, Tethys. Heart Quintessence, good to see you. Glad to have you. Take care of yourself. Yes, I will, absolutely. Worst case, I will end this stream a little bit, maybe an hour or so earlier if need be. And worst case, if I'm still feeling really cruddy, I will take off Thursday and instead upload a short or something else that I have for you guys. But yeah. I'm just trying to get back into the groove. It's a lot more staccato and up and down than I would have hoped, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Oh dear, we're doing the AR tribal quest. I love the stories, but the quests themselves are very ugly to do sometimes. Well, so the plan today will be we're starting them, and then off stream I will be doing the daily prerequisites, and then I will during streams stream whenever there's a new part of the story. So we won't be streaming the BS part. Hey, can I get an invite to the FC? Yes! Either I can get you that invite, or Tethys or Ray. Yeah, Tethys has already got you, because Tethys is on their frickin' shit. But yeah. I think we're also going to go ahead and go get my Dragoon Crystal for the warm-up for today. Oh, is that Virna? Hey, there's Virna. Hey, there's Chris. Okay, let's go grab the crystal as our starting place. Gridania. How excited are you for the Moogle Tombstone events? I'm always excited for the Moogle Tombstone events because it's a great way to get MGP. That's the main thing I usually use it for. But the other thing is I'm really excited for it because it's going to be a great thing for us to be able to do for community events. And also the fact that they're making it so that a lot of people are going to be playing the Alliance raids for Evilise means that I can justify sitting down and actually mastering those because as we saw last time, I don't have those Alliance raids mastered, and that actually really bugs me, that I haven't sat down and actually got good at them. So I want to do that. I also need to sit down and just take more time to study the Evilisian lore because it's not my strongest subject. Join our channel. Yes, thank you, Ray Ray. Join our channel. Hit the join button next to the subscribe button to become an Archon. The more members we have, the more emojis we get. You want one of Ray Ray, don't you? You'll just show off the quests that give you the tribal rank up. That's good then. Yeah. I will say, I will potentially make notes, though. A lot of the quests that you get are, there's a lot of really interesting lore, like even with the Argosodra and stuff, that comes from your things you need to do for them. 4 mounts to unlock. For the tribes? Is that what you mean? Because it's so awesome. Evilise is so good. Sure! So, there are many people who agree with you. Oh. Just a second. I really don't like Matsuno's writing style when Matsuno writes solo. I don't think the Evilisian raids are particularly good, and I think that they often take more time to tell the story than they need to. Yeah, I really love 12. I love when Matsuno's on a writing team, but when Matsuno's writing solo, I'm not the biggest fan. I am apparently infamous amongst the Final Fantasy XIV lore community because many of the lore creators love tactics and Evilise and stuff, and I'm apparently very much the odd man out. Funny enough, I'm doing the AR tribal quest daily as we speak on my 2 ults. Got the Sahuagin and Silphs done on Ingus and Cecil respectively. Currently plowing through Ixol on both. Nice. See, I like the Evilise more than 12. See, I don't know what to I can't. Yeah. The thing is that I don't know that there's a particularly I don't know what discussion there is to be had that's not just taste. So. Guys, it's just delirious. It's fever-induced talk. I'll get his tonic. Here's the thing, and I don't mean this aggressively, and I mean this sincerely. Every time I ask people why they really like tactics, no one gives me a good answer that's not very broad, and broad's fine. It doesn't mean that broad's not justifiable, but, when people say, the characters are really, are really deep, it's like, I played the game, and I just don't know where. The story pacing lore of Final Fantasy XIV's Evilise can be debatable, but the raids themselves are super fun to do anyway. Oh no, they're super fun. Don't get me wrong. There may not be my number 1. There may not be my most favorite, and I think that my problem with them as raids is that they're not great at teaching themselves the way that I think some of the later raids become. And so I think that they're often a clusterfuck. They're the only raids that I consistently have people that I consistently have wipes on. But it's not that I don't think that they're fun, and if you have everything optimal, it's great, but they're constantly wishing them be a mess because I don't think they explain themselves clearly. Yeah. I dare say you might just be the right man for the job. The guild has urgent need of a capable lancer for a mission beyond our nation's borders. Hear me out, if you will. And I've received a word from an Ishgardian friend to the effect that he requires our aid. I would have you go and provide that aid. As you may already know, due to her ongoing conflict with the dragons, Ishgard has kept her gates closed to the outside for some time. The occasional dragoon on patrol duty is about to all folks see these days. In spite of her self-imposed isolation, however, the Holy See has never failed to honor her obligations to her allies. It is only fitting that we answer the call and lend what assistance we can. To this end, we offer to dispatch a contingent of wood whalers with all haste, but were politely informed that they would not be welcome, much to our initial confusion. It was later explained that we are dealing with a matter of some sensitivity, best handled by individuals who are capable and trustworthy, yet unbound by allegiance, and who fit the descriptions of save adventurers. Secrecy being paramount, I can provide no details as to the nature of the task. All you need to know will be revealed at the rendezvous point. Should you accept the mission, take yourself to the observatorium. A knight by the name of Sir Alberic will receive you upon your arrival. Elio, I will start writing my 365-page dissertation on why I absolutely adore tactics and everything Evilise. Okay. Just I don't proffer my God, I don't even want to say dislike for Evilise. When I played tactics and when I played through the Evilisian story in this, it was fine. But it wasn't like great in a way that I get confused by the like sheer adoration that gets people seem to talk about it with, that's what confuses me. It's not like I'm like, this is bad, why do people like this? It's more I'm like, yeah, this is okay. This is like, yeah. But this isn't like great. So that's what I find confusing. And like, to an extent, that's to some level that may just be chalked up to taste, but I am interested in changing my opinion if like someone can proffer something that just isn't, oh, I like it, or, you know, like, can give me a lens through which to look at it that is, like, engaging with what I'm saying rather than just engaging with their own experience. Yeah. Honestly, I don't have much of a grand reason why I enjoy FF Tactics. I suppose the gameplay, music, and story premise was good enough for me, and I really like it, and I don't think it's as deep as people think. Yeah, here's the thing. If you really liked it for all those reasons, and then that's awesome, and, like, I can get that. It's just, like, the depth people attribute to it that I couldn't seem to find when I was playing it that I find confusing. Like, and I appreciate the references in this. I appreciate, the story of the Eorzean stuff in 14. I just don't think it's executed amazingly or like particularly any great shakes. And that doesn't mean it's weak. It just is, yeah. I'm just gonna go in circles. We got nostalgia goggles on, don't like people who remove it from for us. Ah, okay. See, I didn't play tactics until I was an adult, so that might be part of it. Ah, you must be the adventurer of whom Ywain sent word. Greetings and well met. I am Sir Albric Bale, Knight of Ishgard. The Holy See is much obliged to you for your aid. Time being of the essence, I shall proceed straight into the heart of the matter. The Eye, an Ishgardian relic of immeasurable worth, has been stolen, and we have reason to believe the culprit has come this way. So it is that we ask your assistance in its recovery. The thief has been identified as a man named Estinien, a dragoon sworn to the service of the Holy See. Aye, you heard true. The crime was perpetrated by one of our own, an individual in the position of trust and no little honor. You may be assured that the fate worse than death awaits him upon capture. My duties to the sea afford me little opportunity to travel beyond the walls of Ishgard. I must confess to grave ignorance of recent Gridanian affairs. I was told that a sentry by the name of Logandrel might have a knowledge of the brutes oft taken by Ishgardian fugitives. I'd prefer to keep my identity a secret, and thus would have you gather what information you can from the man. We must act quickly, for you see, Estinien is... But I have already said too much. What matters is that we find our thief and the Eye with all haste. When last sighted, Estinien was clad in black armor. Now go, and speak not a word of what I have told you to anyone. It's not Elio's cup of tea. Tactics is a good baby's first FF, but yeah, I agree with the idea that it's not as good as people hark on about. Like, and I don't even mean to be like, oh, it's worse, why are you I'm just genuinely confused and trying to understand. Like, it's not even like a, oh, people rate it so highly, but it should be lower. It's like, no, I'm like, genuinely like, is there a thing I'm missing? Routes favored by the Ishgardian fugitives. Now that's a question I don't hear every day. You aren't plotting some unsavory act yourself, are you? Even if you are, I doubt you'd make it far. Any road. We've caught a few fleeing to the North Shroud. What with Gridanians being home to nearly as many Eorzea as Ishgard, it's no easy task to identify outsiders. If you're on the hunt for someone, you could do worse than to visit Florentel's spire in the North Shroud and speak with a man named Idriston. If any suspicious person has crossed the border in recent days, he'd be the first to know. However much I do love Eorzean tactics, Elio does have a really valid point about Matsuno, though. He's much better as a director than Soul Writer. Yeah, and again, like, I say that as someone who really adores, like one of my favorite artists of all time is, Nomura, right? But I think he's a terrible solo writer. I think he's a pretty good director. I think he's fine when he's on a team. But I think he's a terrible, terrible, terrible solo writer. So, like, that's not, and so that's to say nothing of, like, even like dunking him on Matsuno or being like, oh, he's the worst or something. It's just like, every time he does a solo project, I think it actively hinders the project he's working on. And that's just because some people have strengths. Yeah, I believe a lot of people are just very nostalgic about the word of Evilise, which is why it attracts so much attention from the FF fan base. Okay, because if that's the case, without judgment, I'm like, oh, okay, that helps me understand. Hail, adventurer! Yes, I'm the one tasked with monitoring those who would enter our lands by way of Kurthis. An Ishgardian knight clad in black armor. It's so funny. I know it's supposed to be black, but I always see it as like a deep indigo. It's interesting that it's supposed to be black. That Estinien's armor is supposed to be black. No, I recall nothing of the sort, and such a striking visitor would be difficult to forget. My apologies, friend. I can only suggest that you return to Logandrel and see if he has any other theories. I like tactics because I let tactics advance be a thing. So I like tactics advance more than I ended up liking tactics, and so like that's also the other thing that's weird. And that's partly just taste too, though, because like a lot of the things that I like about Evil, almost all the things I liked about Evilis actually came from tactics rather than or came from tactics advance rather than tactics, like the races and a bunch of that stuff. I know I certainly am nostalgic for it. 12 story was admittedly not the best, but that's... So here's what I'll say about 12. As a kid, I really didn't like it. As an adult, I like it a lot more. When you understand its a Shakespearean 5-act structure, I think it's vastly improved. I actually think that 12, while having major final act structure beat issues and major villain beat issues, I've come to appreciate 12 a lot more as an adult than I did as a kid. And I actually think that there's a lot of really interesting world building that's done actively in 12, whereas I think like a lot of times in tactics, it's just like 12 just tosses it at you too, don't get me wrong. But there's a lot of you getting to engage with the world and its wider like world building in a way that you don't get to with tactics. At least more often than not, I felt like I was forced to have to go to the inn and read like a giant text block at the inns to try and, you know, glean the context of what was going on, other than hopefully just paying attention to the MSQ. Deathberry, good to see you, glad to have you. No luck, you say. Most curious. Why, it is nigh impossible that a fugitive could make it this far without being espied from Florentil's spire. Which leaves the possibility that your man is still in Ishgard. It runs counter to good sense. Would the fugitive not want to put a distance of grounds between him and his pursuers? But by the process of deduction, it is possible. The climes of Ishgard are not kind to the drifters and vagabonds. That said, there's been talk of curious smoke wafting from the cave east of here at night. Were I you, I might begin my search there. Come, milkshake. Hi-ho, milkshake. Away! Yeah, I appreciate 12 story structure for sure. It's very adventurous at times with places the plot takes you. Yeah, and like also, it's also the amount that it's cribbing from Star Wars is hysterical. Like the amount that Balthier and Valdir and Fran are just Chewbacca and Han Solo is pretty hysterical. The amount that Ash is just Leia, the amount that Vaughn is just Luke, it's pretty funny. And that's not even a criticism, it's just true. Like, I guess here's the other thing for me is that, like, as much as we say Evilis, like, 12 is, like, I realize that, yes, they're treated as the same world, like, they're called the same world, but 12, Tactics, Advanced, Vagrant Story, like, literally all of the Evilisian games, and even 14's Evilis, all of it are effectively a completely different world. Like, they're so drastically different, and, like, I know that there are justifications as to how they're still in the same U, but, like, they're so fundamentally disconnected from each other that they really only share the name they share the name Evilis really more than spiritually being, like, it may be spiritually connected more than literally. And so, like, to me, that's the other thing, is that they're not really a shared universe, like, effectively, in a lot of ways. That Ishgard would resort to sending a coin-starved adventurer after me. I know not whether to laugh or feel insulted. The eye, it rouses for another. Preposterous. Our paths shall cross again, you can be sure of that. Am I crazy? I mean, no, maybe it is black. I just, like, my brain reads that as, like, a dark, like, a deep, deep dark, like, navy or indigo. Hey, Shalali, good to see you. Glad to have you. Balthier is Chewbacca in that comparison. I think Fran's the Chewbacca, and Balthier is the, like, leading man, sky pirate, owner of what effectively is the Millennium Falcon. You know, it's not black. Well, they call it black. I mean, like, that's they say it in the lines. They said it's black. Talk to them about it. If you're trying to hit on why people love it so much, there are so many gaps and contradictions in the lore that people make up in their head, which makes it more sentimental. Ah, so what I see as a weakness, others are experiencing as something they like. Okay. Well, that's interesting you say that though, Tethys, because everyone I talk to, like a lot of the people I talk to, say things like, "Oh, they love how it's a shared universe." So like, I guess that wasn't what I had been understanding. Knockout, good to see you. Glad to have you. Yeah, I've always seen Estinien as really dark blue. It's definitely not black. A dragoon clad in black, you say? Tell me all that transpired. The timing on that was perfect. They're blinded by the snow. They only see black. By the fury, the eye would choose another. I had not thought it possible, but in light of recent events, it would seem an explanation is in order. The eye is no ordinary relic. It harbors the power of the dragon, which it bestows upon a single chosen soul, the strongest and wisest dragoon. He who is chosen is possessed of the power to fight our mortal foes, the dragons of Dravania, on equal footing, soaring the firmament as it were an extension of the land. The man is known as the Azure Dragoon. The Azure Dragoon is the light of hope for all of Ishgard, and the paragon of all dragoons. For this reason, you may imagine how it pains me to have to confess that the man you encountered, the thief, is none other than the Azure Dragoon, and that I was once his teacher. Needless to say, I acknowledge myself accountable for Estinien's misdeeds, and I mean to do all in my power to find him and recover the eye, but I cannot do this alone. I require your help, Elio. You who have received the power of the dragon. You may labor to believe it, but there can be no mistake. The soul of the dragoon I bear glows in your presence, irrefutable proof that you are chosen. What I can ill explain, however, is the why of it. Never before in Ishgard's long history has the eye roused to more than one individual in a single generation, but it avails us not to cudgel our brains about it. The fact of the matter is that you are now a vessel for the power of the dragon. The dragon lies yet in slumber, however, and you must needs possess the means to wake it. The soul of the dragoon, I would entrust you with mine, Elio. Like Estinien, I once ruled the skies as the Azure Dragoon, although that power has since become lost to me. It was simply by force of habit that I have hitherto kept the soul upon my person. I have no inkling as to why the eye has seen fit to choose a second, and an outsider at that. Yet one thing is clear. None can challenge the Azure Dragoon and conceivably prevail, save another Azure Dragoon. You are our only hope of bringing Estinien to justice and reclaiming the eye. Of course, I do not ask that you do this unaided. I may be a Dragoon no more, but what knowledge I have, I shall gladly impart to you. For indeed, when the time comes, you must face the Azure Dragoon, not less than complete mastery over the power of the dragon will avail you. That perilous road lies ahead of you, I shall not deny. Knowing this, if you would still lend me your lance, I would teach you to harness the power that has chosen you. Go forth, my young dragoon. Rouse the dragon within. I look forward to your return. You have to admit it, Estinien glow up. Yeah, well, I mean, the problem is that this is just 1.0 Estinien. And the funny thing, like, this is one of those few quests that are lingers that are really, like, not incongruous. It's not incongruous, but it is, like, crunchy with the lore as the story goes on. Let's just say. Okay, let's go finish off 2.2, and then we will, start doing the tribes. The job armor is really deep indigo. Yeah, that's what I thought. So why did they call it black? Estinien and I only work with blacks, grays, and really dark blues. Right, but ask 2 different people to explain the lore and you get 6 different answers. Yeah, isn't that a... Like, I realize that, like, let me put it this way, though. That's not... I don't find that because it's in deep lore. That's because they're trying to say that there's things that are conjoined that aren't, and are you know, that are like actually incongruous. So like that's like I see that as a weakness rather than a strength when at that point when you're trying to claim that they are in line or of the same world but demonstrably not. Bulwark Hall. They're married, you can't change my mind. Who? Stinia's Bay with Thancred and Uri Daddy. My eyes.gif. Wow, look at Estinien, just another side job quest NPC with no importance to the main plot whatsoever. Nope, never once. Query, is the Warrior of Light Dragoon job Crystal Haldrath's? I don't know off the top of my head. Dragoon lore is one of my weaker lores too. I don't know if it's Haldrath's off the top of my head. We'll be able. I think that there are lines that it will make that clear. Correct Mandala if like people make up the lore and think it was there, and we continue this on Discord without distractions. Yeah. I mean, like it's a worthwhile conversation. So yeah. The Admiral has informed me of the arrangement. I have in my keeping a letter of introduction for Lady Yugiri. To the south stands a gate leading to a pier for smaller fishing vessels. Look for an conspicuous Huron man there and present the letter to him. He serves as a gatekeeper of sorts. Now, before you go, I am obliged to remind you that the members of the fraternity to which you would be introduced abide in the shadows of Leminson society. They value their independence more highly than pirates, and are united by bonds stronger than mithril. To wit, they are invariably wary of new faces. Though it be penned by the Admiral herself, mere words on parchment will get you only so far into their confidence. You must work for every ounce of the trust they place in you. But here is the letter. Go in the aforementioned place and show it to the aforementioned man. Oh, and good luck. Oh, so that's how you unlock doing the rogue skill. I didn't remember it being part of be a thing where you had to do the MSQ first. But we know it was Alberic's. As for Haldrath, you know what? Let me see if I have notes on it. Haldrath. If I don't, there'll be a question we keep our eyes out for. It would make sense since the period of Haldrath appears to us. And I also don't know how else to explain the spirit of Haldrath appearing to us. Let's go over like that. Haldrath, first Astro Dragoon. The remaining knights, including the King's son, Haldrath got the Eorzeans. I don't have any notes on it, no. So if anyone knows off the top of their head, feel free to post it out. Because he shows up in the, level 50, at the end of the 50. I know exactly why you were asking, Professor. It's weird. The Dragoon quest as a whole is just weird. Superimposed over ours. So, yeah, the way that his soul shows up is odd, and one would assume has to do with either the... Okay, here's another theory, too. It may be linked to the eye instead of just linked to the soul crystal. That's a hypothesis on my part. And Euro Lisette just got to Shadowbringers. Nice! Also, Rogue isn't tied to the MSQ anymore. It used to be only because Rogue was in launch base 2.0. Yeah, well, I guess, sorry, I meant more that I'm surprised that there's this, that they're making us go do this. Got business with me, Venture? Because I know that Rogue was the one that got released during the 2.x patch. So, it's just interesting that they had this be a thing at all, at any point. You just complete your level time quest. Yeah. That's what I thought. That makes sense. Thanks, Professor. This is just a nothing thing I want to point out, but I like the French pronunciation of Sahuagin and Sahuagin as Sahuagin. Do super chat. Make out a little solid voice. Not with extra fun and noises. So you're the man in the Admiral sent word of. Oh, let me do an accent. Okay. I was hoping I might catch a glimpse of Thancred too. Been a while since I saw his shit-eating grin, but with the doe-eyed wenches about, I suspect he's got his hands full. Ah, you must be the Far Eastern, what Merylwib says once trained with us. Welcome to Limsel, milady. I am Yugiri of Doman. 'Tis an honor to make your acquaintance. I must confess, when first I learned of your organization, I had certain preconceptions as to the nature of your membership. It would seem I was mistaken. You're not the first person to say that, lass. Limsa's city of pirates, to be sure, and the pirates don't give two farts about keeping a spotless reputation. They hardly need a secret society to do their dirty work. Might be as my people and I keep the shadows, but we got nothing to be ashamed of. It's simply a better for business that we remain unseen. And so you've developed a fighting technique suited to this purpose. I see now. I see. Know that the practitioners of my arts too are denizens of the shadow. 'Tis in stealth that our strength lies. There's much we might learn from one another, I think. Then what in the seven hells are we waiting for? If you come with us, Yugiri, oh do whatsits, we can get acquainted in more private surroundings. Ha! That didn't come out right, did it? Master Elio, I shall remain with these people for a time that I might study their ways. Though I am loath to be separated from my countrymen, I take solace in the knowledge that they are in the best of hands. You have been a true friend to us Domans. No words would suffice to express my gratitude. Ere long, I hope to begin imparting my martial knowledge to the people of Eorzea. When that time comes, it would be my honor to welcome you as a student. If you dress like a thief, you're gonna get fingered out. You need to appear like a wallpaper to make it as a criminal. It's interesting. It is Yellow Jacket, isn't it? Oh, Leggy Bud. Much and more has occurred since I first beheld Eorzea from the Gallen's deck. Suffice it to say that I did not envisage being invited to play part in your noble struggle. But forgive me, I have kept you over long. Doubtless you have pressing business of your own. Rest assured that I no longer require an escort in this land. When next you meet Lady Minfilia, pray relay to her my humblest thanks. Would that I could do so in person, but I must needs fulfill my promise to the Admiral. Till we meet again, warrior of light. Ew, the Telegy quest thumbnail. And I actually know the exact cutscene that they pulled that from. This I found out because this guy isn't in the rogue style at all. Yeah. Yeah. I thought they were directing me direct to the rogue quarters for a second. That's why I got confused. And now the Ul'dan Poor make an appearance. Got anything interesting to say, Tatar? Oh, on behalf of all of the Scions, I bid you welcome to the Rising Stones. With your cooperation, we hope to grow rich and transform this place into the piling gold. Oh, Elio. Oh, Elio, forgive me, but I must see the Doman's needs. Anything interesting? Eorzea, Papolino, no. Tell me, Hori. Tell me of your plight. Some of the Domans want to learn on how to fight, and it's fallen to me to oversee their training. First, I need to find a suitable equipment for everyone. They're just gonna talk about the Domans. Oh, Thancred's hitting on Flamine. Some 15 years ago, a mission took me to Ul'dah. 'Twas then that I first chanced to gaze upon your beauty. I was utterly transfixed. I dared not blink lest I deprive myself of even a split second of your radiance. You do flatter me, dear, and I do believe you've had a bit too much to drink. Oh, Thancred. Cutscene?
I have been reflecting upon the events which took place during our visit to Vilbrand. If you have a moment, I would share my conclusions with you. Please, bear with me. When the Sahuagin Elder summoned Leviathan, he employed the power we have come to know as the Echo. Though I cannot well explain the how of it, it would seem he became immortal in so doing. When the Admiral subsequently slew him, his spirit emerged from his lifeless flesh, a consciousness shorn of physical form. Thus transfigured, he took up residence in the body of his minion with the ease of a man donning a favorite glove.
I know, it's
Long have I
massive
known
improvement.
that the Echo allows one to pass through the walls of a man's soul. But never did I imagine that it could free us from our own flesh, nor less that our souls could then occupy the next corporeal vessel to take our fancy. It was of this that Elidibus spoke, an existence which knows neither cessation nor oblivion. And yet, though the Sahuagin had mastered his gift and thereby become immortal, he was by no means invulnerable. As we both bore witness, he was ultimately absorbed into Leviathan. And the import of this observation? If the Asean's mode of existence is indeed the same, it can be inferred that they too are not invulnerable, that they can be destroyed. There exists a legend which tells of souls who are reborn upon the cusp of each umbral calamity, that they might stay the encroaching darkness. To most, it is but a fairy tale, yet recent events have given me cause to wonder. Could the legend in fact refer to the Echo? Much and more yet remains unknown.
But kind of.
I am confident that all will become clear in time. For the present, however, what matters is that the key to defeating the Aseans may at last be within sight.
I can't give specifics because of spoilers, but from what we understand, no, the Echo is not so much this, but it does have to do with the souls because it's unsundered souls, but also being awakened is also part of it. But the interesting thing here is that there is an interesting note that it seems like a certain soul of a certain individual does seem to keep coming about in times of most dire need. So I wonder specifically for the soul of the traveler, if that's true.
With Eorzean's aid, it is my hope that I shall fathom this matter ere long.
Speaking of Balthier.
Oh, I was just about to send for you, my friend. Is Artemis?
Grave tidings from the Sharlayan motherland, my lady. It doth concern our distant allies, the students of Baldessian.
What of them?
My lady, the Isle of Val, which for many years hath been the Order's home, is no more.
No more? Whatever do you mean?
I relate only that which hath been conveyed unto me by our agents. An etheric wave of the highest magnitude was recorded in the region. Soon thereafter, 'twas observed that the isle had ceased to be. 'Tis postulated that a magic was evoked, like in power to Ultima.
12 preserve.
If there are no other matters, I move that today's meeting be adjourned.
It is done, my lord. Forgive my impertinence, my lord, but these orders, I am uncertain as to what end they serve.
Revolution.
Sweet. Okay, that's 2.2. On to the tribal quests. And maybe if we have time and I'm feeling up to it, we can also maybe do Odin or something like that. Since it's kind of complete the side things that are important today. And seeing as we just, how do I talk about this roundaboutly? Seeing as we just found out about the fate of the Isle of Val, it might be relevant to do Odin. For those of you who know, you know. For those of you who don't know and are like, how the hell do those two things connect? They do. That's all I'll say. He's such a man whore. Hey, like, I don't know, like, he loves the fairer sex and loves getting along with them. What can you say? I understand that plight. Your reading of Thancred's flirt with Flammy is now my headcanon with him hiccuping his lips. Good. She sounds almost human. The VA director finally told her that the character wasn't supposed to be a mammoth after all. I think it's more than that. I think like I think that whoever was the director for A Realm Reborn also just either didn't know what they were doing or didn't have good directions, or they didn't have very much time. And so they were basically going with whatever, like, either first or second takes and, like, having to get it done. Oh, you here must be an exceptional private Forceron, hmm? If you did not overhear the Link Peril's report, then why? Well, no matter. You're here now, and we can certainly use your aid. I've just received word that the raiders have sunk a civilian vessel in the Strait of Murlthor. One of our warships en route as we speak, though I fear there will be little left for them to find. I'm uncomfortably familiar with tales of pirate looting and even commandeering. Their targets, but to sink the ship entire? An excessively brutal act, even for a buccaneer. No, I'd wager cold hard coin that those thrice-damned fishbacks are behind this. Them and their certain Reaver lackeys. The Sahuagin have much to answer for. Vengeance will be forthcoming, but let us first focus on the resulting what poor souls we may. While the warship scours the waters, I would have you head to eastern Lenosia to look for any survivors washed up on the sands of the Blood Shore. One of my soldiers, Private Wilfolk, have been deployed to the coordinates to search. Speak with him when you arrive and we'll direct your efforts to wherever they're most needed. May Limlane guide your steps. Ooh, my brain just broke for a second there. Yes, okay. Private Volcheron, I know not what brings you to Maelstrom Command this day, but I can hardly fault your timing. Aye, we've a situation on our hands, we do. Not days ago, a convoy of ours was ambushed en route to Limsa, and goodly shipment of saltpeter plundered by our very hands. The scurvy dogs responsible for the act struck swiftly and under the darkness, so we've yet to figure out who they are, much less bring them to justice. Saltpeter, as you know, is a key ingredient in fashioning fire sand. Whatever our foe might be plotting, like us not involved in the arty share of the fiery death and destruction. Command has dispatched an elite regiment to find and investigate, but clues are provided harder to come by than a decent pint of the ale at sea. Leading the investigation is a good comrade of mine. Well, I'd like nothing more than to lend me strength to our search. I can't very well shirk me duties there. If you find you're yourself itching for adventure, you could do worse than make for a swift perch and seek out the lieutenant's Skate-Swiss. Just say that Traytret sent you. Track it? Trash. Bum 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 bum. Hey, Astriel, good to see you. Glad to have you. Oh, hey, she's no longer monophilia. Hi, Astriel. Not too late. Yep, she's getting better. Talechi, revolution. Mr. Popo in the background. Well, that sounds ominous. Guten Abend? Evening? Okay, so I obviously know it's German. I know Guten Morgen. Morning. I'm gonna go with evening. Or maybe afternoon? Do you mean Odin or do you mean Ramu? I mean Odin. We're not gonna make it to Ramu. We're not starting 2.3 or later. I mean Odin. Spoilers, Odin, you didn't. I think the time, did I say Ramu? Because if I did, then yes, I meant Odin. I think the time pressure is most likely the culprit. Time pressure. Oh, no, good to see you. Glad to have you. Also, I may have missed something. That's also true, Nano. They were under an extremely tight schedule when they were making 2.0. Yeah, 2.0. Yeah, that's definitely, in my mind, the far bigger cause. I Limleg take the lot of you. Yet have me believe that there's not a single piece of evidence in this entire godforsaken amulet. And who might you be? An adventurer come on behalf of old Trishret. Who said I was looking for help, anyway? Okay, let me do it. Track rate. Track rate did. I'll have you both know that I'll clear skies and smooth sailing there. I was all about to file my report, too, and I ain't fooling no one. I got a tons of saltpeter been snatched from our hands and like it's not by someone who used to sink our fair Limsa to the bottom of the sea. Alright, I'll share with you what me and my men have gleaned, though I warn you, it ain't much. Given the scope of the act, we believe that it was a coordinated effort by a well-trained group, What's more, given the sheer speed with which the scurvy thieves vanish from sight, I reckon they have knowledge of passages unknown to us. I had my hopes that my men would found something, but they had no such luck. What say ye? Care to take a look around and see if you could find the evidence of my upline thrice daft subordinates couldn't? I do want to apologize. I proof after some questions. Yeah, I didn't have to apologize for that. I've had a lot on my mind so late it's getting solved, but I feel bad I've given... No, you have no responsibility to stick around just because you ask a question. I mostly am just like trying to be, just trying to know whether or not, like if I respond, whether or not that ends up being useful based on, if you head out. So, no need to apologize for that. But thanks all the same. Where? Ah. Good evening, Brian. If you want someone who, one of my roommate upstairs speaks German, or she's been learning German quite hardcore for a while, so she speaks semi-decent German for an American. I almost said my last name again. I was about to say, you know, like, well, I mean, like, well, there's one German word I have, but which now you know, my last name's German in origin. Woo! Elio, was it? We'll find any evidence that could shed some light on our investigation. What are we here? A pickaxe and rather sorry-looking one at that. Do you reckon that was left behind by the perpetrators? In my time with my maelstorms, I've confronted just about every pirate brigand and Iwanman from these parts, but I've not known any of them to employ a tool like this. No, I'd wager more than a round at the wench that our band of gubby little thieves ain't no ordinary men. Aye, it's all becoming clear to me. And yourself, no doubt? Tell me, Elio, might you be thinking what I'm thinking? I knew you was a sharp one. Aye, the moment I laid eyes on the pickaxe, you found me a mind was convinced. The primitive make of this tool is all too healthy interest in explosives. All signs point to those rat-faced rapscallions being behind this. It's so bloody obvious that I couldn't almost kick myself, and me good-for-nothing men for not coming to this conclusion sooner. But this is hardly the time for the whining. No, we must strike quickly if we mean to reclaim what's ours. Camp Overlook is our front line of defense against those tunnel burrowing thieves. If anyone has a notion where they've taken the saltpeter and how they plan to use it, it'll be a commandeer Blodin. I'm off to deliver me report, but I've an uncharted job has only begun. What say you come along, Elio? You're the first capable man I've worked with today. Elio Sauerkraut. Yep, you got it. Good job, Chris. That is my. I don't know how you nailed it so hard on the first guess. Is it Eastern Lenosia to first run into the Sahuagin, right? Yeah. Let's go ahead and hit that first. Clutches pearls as Elios almost doxes himself again. Oh, come on! Yeah, absolutely, Estriel. You solved the Da Vinci Code. The Elio code. Yes, it turns out, in fact, my name is not French in origin. Stop trying to dox yourself. I'm not doxing myself! Just because I'm giving vague hints at the nationality of my last name does not dox me. Also, like, plenty of YouTubers and people have their actual names as their, like, YouTube names. Have you seen my little Robin? I was certain I held him tightly. He fell into the water so very, very tightly. Currently. You're the one the Commander Riki said to expect, then. I'm Wilfolk, a private in the Commander's foreign levy. As you can see, that ain't much for me to coordinate. The fishbacks made a good mess of that ship. Seems barely a handful of poor buggers what we're sailing on made it ashore alive. Where am I? Where's Robin? Where's my son? Now you just calm yourself down, good wife. We'll have your boy back in your arms before you can spit up another lungful of seawater. The tide's been merciful to a fortunate few, like the good wife here, and carried them all the way to the beach. Here, you'll be needing some of me medical supplies for the bleeding and the injured. Take a walk along the coast now and help them as ain't beyond helping. Guys, it's boats pulling into port counted as docks. So cold. Thank you. Thank you. Which of the 7 L's is this? Bloodshore? Oh. Oh, that's it. I made it. I made it. One moment we was sailing along, happy as you please. The next I was struggling to keep me head above the waves. Ah, me shoulder. It burns. Don't take me arm, I'm begging you. Ah, I can feel my fingers again. Those gutless fishbacks. They were over the rail and swimming afore I could stammer out a prayer to the navigator. My good wife. Did the guy go to the Lost in Space school for getting their wives' names? I don't think it's his literal wife. It's like wife of the sea, good wife. Like it's just my good man, my good woman. Demins, gotta keep an eye on the wildfire that's relatively near me, but I'm here. Oh, Demins, good to see you. Glad to have you, and I hope everything is okay. I'm gonna just blow all that digital liquid towards you. Ugh, we've slammed into the rocks. They cut me up some. I think, is it bad? My thanks. I feel much stronger now. All I remember is an impact like bloody thunder and the deck lurching beneath my feet. Then they came aboard. It was eventually going to happen sometime. We all knew it was going to happen at some point. No, nothing to do but ignore him. Not that any amount of solace I'll have for me forgiving those bastard fishbacks. You expect attacks on the Navy. That's what we signed up for. But it's sinking a civilian ship with women and children aboard? The Sahuagin have ice water for blood, I tell you. No, not my little Robin. My condolences, good wife. I know how hard this must be. Leviathan, scaly horse! That's a curse. The bots are back in town. That's a new type of bot though, because that's just for trolling. Whereas like the usual ones we get are at least doing ads. Sahuagin, here. What, you didn't get your fellow slaughterer out on the straight? If you want to finish the job you started, then you best start with me. Tome fix explosion for the troll bots. Mom! Robin! My darling Robin! Mom, there you are. Oh, it blocked that, but it didn't block those guys? Oh, Chris. Oh, my dear Robin, I think you're safe. Thank the 12 above. Hot single gobby. Hot single gobby girls now in your area. Hot single gobby girls in your area. Oh, Nov. You're a good man, Nov. The lad's alive? What manner of fishback trickery is this? Sexy Eorzea indeed, Shlolly. Sexy Eorzea indeed. A job well done. The Sahuagin returned to the sea with Mariah Carey until Christmas. I'm fine. If a bit wet. I thought I would sink right... I would sink right to the bottom of the sea, but then some nice fishmen came and saved me. They were not like the scary ones that came up after our ship, but the stories say that all fishmen are nasty. Isn't that odd? Might I ask you a favor? I found this necklace at the bottom of the little boat the nice fishmen used to carry me to the shore. I'm certain it must be one of theirs. I'd take back to them myself, but I don't think my mom would like that. Could you maybe return it for me? The last I saw, they were swimming towards the western Lenosia. They must be where they live. I wonder if their houses are made of seaweed. Hey, lady, good to see you, glad to have you. Did someone say sexy? Well, sexy Elzen boy, yes. Someone was doing the sexy Elio emote. Sexy Gabi emote when? Talk to Lady. Lady's the one who does the art. It's all about whether or not when Lady has time to do the art and the motivation to do so. So if you want sexy Gabi art, you gotta talk to Lady. As well as hot Gabis in the area. Sahuagin voice would be like Napoleon Dynamite with their lists. Yeah. Well, not really like this. It's more like a hiss. It's not. It's more hissy, but it is sibilant. Yeah. What is the meaning of this trespass? I should skewer you where you stand, seamless one. Oh, fucking. Suck a dick, suck a dick, suck a dick, suck a dick. You carry the necklace of our clutch father, Nov. How is that you possess this cherished treasure? You've come to the behest of the child he saves? Such unusual manners for a shore walker. You may pass. Seek out Clutch Father Nov and be sure to keep your tone respectful. He is the elder of our clan. I could deliver the emote, but I would levy a fee for mine service. You can get paid. You can get paid for your work. And they're back. It's mostly just sad to me. Like, someone had to spend the time to make that. To like, make a program do this. And it mostly just makes me sad for them. That is what they need in their life to be able to, like get any enjoyment. Like, that's just kind of sad. I hope they find some, either love or something good, something to just, I don't know, have a better time, like a hobby or something, like an actual fucking hobby. Rare is it to see a shore walker in our midst. I, Nov, clutch father to this clan of spawnlings. The finless child bid you return my necklace, did he? No, I had no special reason for saving the boy. Only that for the Sahuagin, as it is for you shore walkers, offspring are considered the most precious of treasures. They go after smaller streamers because they can actually flood the chat, I think, whereas a larger streamer, there's usually more tools that are already preventing it, plus their chat's already going by really fast. I wonder how much money they spent on it. It's just a waste. I probably assume not much. Teth is fast on the hammer tonight, yeah. Thanks Tethys and Ray for all your work. Why they always go after small streamers too? Yeah, just... and also there's more likely to get a rise out of it, right? Because like a small streamer doesn't know how to react, doesn't know how to handle it. Only slightly less precious to me than my spawn is the trinket bear. It was a gift of commendation from our beloved matriarch. I thank you for returning it to me. We have a saying, the favor of one is repaid by the gratitude of the clutch. I welcome you to our home. Perhaps a modest banquet is in order. I do not know, however, if our spread will agree with your shore walker stomachs. I'm not sure I could take the Sahuagin seriously as a threat if they were all talk like they wear a pocket protector. You've witnessed the aftermath of the attack in the Strait of Merlthor. Yes, it was indeed perpetuated by the Sahuagin. The individuals responsible are called the Coral Tritons. They reside in the Sapsa spawning ground and are known among our people as a volatile, fanatical faction. We had hoped to prevent them from ever reaching the vessel, but alas, the current was not in our favor. Foolishness. Their actions only invite further violence through the retaliation. And what of Nav and his clutch, you ask? We live apart from the spawning grounds and pursue a separate agenda. I do not claim to understand the structures of your civilization, but for us, Sahuagin, each clan of clutchmates is led by a single clutch father. The indigo matriarch, that we might call our queen, bestows each of a clutch of her eggs upon only the bravest of our most seasoned warrior. It is then the clutch father's duty raises and instructs his charge in the ways of our people. But for the cycle to continue, the matriarch must have secured environment in which to bear her offspring. This is why we choose to make this land our home. It is unfortunate then that the Sapsa spawning ground have become the locus of such conflict. It is only for more shorewalkers that were like you and spent a moment to understand our situ. Clutchfather, I need you counsel. What have I taught you, Sue? A Sahuagin does not flail and splash about so. He rolls with the waves and rides with the currents. Forgive me, Clutchfather. It is Pew, our sixth youngest brother. What of him? He has left the nursery without permission. He spoke of talking sense into the coral tridents. His brain is soft and his spawning scales, and this is a time when I cannot afford to take my eyes off the rest of the clutch. Though our stance towards each other is not yet clear, Shorewalker, I would ask a boon of you. Save my foolish son. Sue here I will have more to say on his subject, I'm sure. Oh my god, that stretches my jaw. Richard! Good to see you, glad to have you. Bots like that made me quit streaming, at least this is the bot master is just doing numbers. Yeah, no, I mean, like, it's whatever. I'm not sure. Rogan and bullies local Sahuagin nerds out of their lunch. You have no scales, and yet the Clutchfather seems to trust you. I shall do the same. As you heard, my brother Plu has taken upon himself to educate the Coral Tridents. He is one more impetuous Sean brother, and yet young. He does not realize the peril he puts himself in. And the Tridents will not listen to pure reasonings. They will laugh as they impale him on their spears. Please, bring Plu back safely to the nursery. By now he must be some distance across the land base, closer to the North Tide Gate. People who make bots like this have to make bots because they have no friends. Yeah, or, I mean, like, some people like that do have friends, but they just delight in other people's misery sometimes, is the sad truth. Like, they do have acquaintances, very likely, but they just get a kick out of ruining other people's time. To see someone suffer brings them some amount of joy for a bunch of different reasons could be the cause. This concerns you not, Shorewalker! Away with you, finless one! How's the stream going, by the way? Did I miss anything interesting? Not particularly. We just rounded out 2.2, the little bit that was left of it, and now we're just doing some introduction to these like different tribes because I think that because it becomes very, very important, especially as we get into like 5.0. Elio's smooth voice helps my migraine. Awesome, Aaron. Well, let me know if I can do anything or say anything of specific value to try and soothe that aching ache in your mind. As someone who suffers from migraines too, I know the pain that can exist behind the eye. Though yours might be a tension headache and or some other cause, know that I am here to offer some or whatever assistance I can. Watching the stream to counter the pains from all the craftings. Well, hopefully it's entertaining. Rescued by the Shorewalker. What am I to tell Clutchfather Nov? Spawn brother Sue, bid you come to my aid. I do not understand these Coral Trident warriors. I scarce open my maw before they proceed to beat me bloody. The Clutchfather always says that the currents of discussion carry us to enlightenment, but it seems that the words of the spawning count for little unless. I simply wanted to put into practice what my clutch mates and I had been taught. Now I surely face a punishment in addition to my beating. Elio ASMR. In a world filled with imagination. I'm glad that it seems to be pleasing you guys. In a world filled with impossible things, one man, one burrito. Welcome back, Shorewalker. Your kids are to endanger yourself, though you owe us no such loyalty. Pew will be appropriately disciplined for his reckless actions. No more than ever, the Sahuagin must act with caution and wisdom. Many of our people reside peacefully within our city in the Indigo Deep. There's the reference to the city in the Indigo Deep. Oh, guys, what if that was a variant dungeon? Or what if we stopped by there on our way to the New World at some point? Oh, exciting. Elio just made my air conditioning turn on. Is that a euphemism? Is that a euphemism, or are you just happy to see me? Verily. Doth my voice provide some measure or elixir or panacea to thine pain? I needed that chuckle. Thank you. It's a migraine suffer from them for a long time. Yeah, I've had migraines since I was a little very, very small child, so you have my empathy most deeply. But our civilization faces a steady and treacherous decline. We must venture onto land to secure spawning grounds to lay our eggs, and build nurseries to raise our young. It is an essential element of our breeding cycle, an instinct too powerful to ignore. Our traditional spawning grounds were, however, annihilated in the calamity. Thus, were we forced to seize this new location, the region the Finless ones called Western Lenosia. It is not surprising that the Shorewalkers view our sudden aggression and expansion as not more than an invasion, but this seemingly unprovoked attack on their territory is in truth a desperate struggle for survival. Without this land, without a place to rear offspring, the Sahuagin race is doomed. We are in no position to wage war against the Shorewalkers. We must attempt to parley and learn to exist side by side. The Coral Tridents, as you have no doubt realized, do not comprehend the merits of the diplomatic approach. They seek only to control the weak of mind, those like the brutal Serpent Reavers, and slaughter all others who oppose them. Do not mistake me as a traitor to my kind. I held no love for Finless ones. I shed no salty tears when the great Leviathan is summoned, and the Lord of the world gathers the new drowned Shorewalkers to his fold. But conflict with your people is not the answer to our woes. We must look beyond the present and ensure calmer waters, waters in which the future of our race can thrive. Shorewalker, your arrival is a precious gift. I would have you become the first stone in the bridge I hope to build between our people, and the rock which blunts the mindless spears of the Coral Tridents. I pray you, lend us your aid. I swear myself to your noble cause. I swear myself to your noble cause. Your presence is most welcome, Shorewalker. My warriors are eager, but the lack of experience to engage such vicious opponents as the Coral Tridents. We will halt Zealot's advance to the shoreline and begin to repair the damage they have done to our chance of peace. There is much work ahead, but we can put an end to this meaningless bloodshed. Stop, it's not Sunday yet. Verily. I don't remember the city to go deep. It's been a long time since I've done Beast Quests. Well, we don't go there. So we only get references to it, and we also get references to what might be not the ruins that we find in Shadowbringers, but the fact that the location of the Tempest in Shadowbringers is roughly in parallel with where the Sahuagin are set up in the Indigo Deep as well. So it's possible that it may be co-linked in the same general geographic location, but it doesn't mean it's the same kind of thing or the same size or scale. The cups, right? Yes, the cups. Yes, Aaron, that is what I'm talking about. Yep. New Pink Floyd album. City in the Indigo Deep sounds like a song. It does. Yeah, the city in the Indigo Deep does sound like a song, but you know what? Actually, okay, this is a really random side tangent, but let's don't look at the viewing numbers. So I'm sure some of you know about, may have witnessed already that there's been a lot of AI entry stuff going on lately, but I want to see city in the Indigo Deep and see what we get. Oh, too much traffic. Well, okay. Well, we'll hold on for a second. But we'll enter that in a little bit. But yeah, the cups is exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so we don't need to do the daily for that. Let's go ahead and finish off the Kobold and unlock that. Now, do you guys... Here, I'll let you guys decide. Would you rather I do Odin, or would you guys rather I go ahead and unlock the rest of the tribes first? I mean, I can just go through and unlock all of the tribes, but I'm game for either. Make quick, adventurer. As you can see, I've got more than full with our little friend here. This is an outrage. Oh, this is an outrage! A farce! An atrocity! An outrage! This is an insult! We kobolds will not stand for it! No, stand no more! You'll not have legs to stand on if you don't quit blabbering and spill the truth about whatever it is your scurvy rats are plotting. Plotting? There is no plotting! No, we got plotting! Nothing! Not nil! Nothing! Either or? Yes, but either or is not helpful, as either or was already the possibility, Aaron! Enough. Unlike you and your ilk, I've worked a working pair of eyes and at least half me wits about me. You think I've not seen you blasting and scurrying around Ugamoro of late? Commander Bluden, sir. Skytwit, Swiss. Aye, it's treat to see me old trainee, but I fear a Bruin Kobold plot demands me attention. Elio, I just might be able to help you with the commander. I trust you heard the news of our missing shipments of saltpeter. So soon, she knows. This cannot be. No, it cannot be. Ha, I knew it. Your endless tongue and wagon has finally dug your own grave. It was not us. No, not us. It was them. Yes, them. What nonsense is this? Oh, what nonsense is this? Beady eyes, frizzy tail, and a penchant for causing us trouble. A kobold's a kobold. This is not so. No, not so. These are kobolds, and then there are kobolds, and then there are kobolds still. It is the low ones who stole your precious saltpeter, the ones who live down below. Beneath and below. Come to think of it, these scouts did mention a particularly scraggly band of kobolds, what seem to have made their home at the cliff base. Yes, this is the place. That is the home of the 789th. They are the worst of the worst. They are most stinky, smelly, scummy, stinky, and ugly too. Okay, everyone's on tribes. Cool. Commander, as the presiding officer in this investigation, I request permission to go below and investigate the so-called 789th. Furthermore, I would enlist this adventurer to join me. He's proven himself capable and would say we'd go up against a worthy foe. As you please, Lieutenant, but I forewarn you, be careful down there. The sight of the kobold won't strike fear into anyone's heart, but their bite and their bombs are far worse than their bark. Understood, Commander. Will not let you down, and with that, I take my leave. Till sea swallows all. Well, Elio, are you ready to take on the scurviest band of kobolds in Lenosia? You best be, because I'm counting on you to make yourself useful. Thanks, Aaron. Tribes. Well, because the kobolds have two. It's either like, na, or it's like, we don't know. It's like they go like weirdly like low. Well, what have we here? 1, 2, aye, 3 crates of saltpeter. It would seem our kobold informant spoke true. I would pet a kobold even if it means I would lose an armor leg. Are they like opossums for you, lady? What the? Surrounded. Stand ready, Elio. Are you just gonna stand there squeaking at me all night? Fight with honor or die like rats you are. Right, die like the rats you are. I can't wait to get to the Mord. Alternatives, choices, options, alternatives, such as perhaps surrender? Yes, yes, surrender. So we surrender. Did you just say surrender? Yes, yes, we surrender! Yield! Submit! Surrender! What in the seven hells? Are they actually over 700 Kobold order regiments? I'm assuming so. Based on the order that we get, it would also make sense, especially if you think about their numbers of the amount of Kobold that are supposed to exist and contrast. Let me pull up, you know what? I need to do a video on. I need to work harder. I need to work so much harder. I need to get out more videos and I need to do more studying. Because it goes. We know there's the 59th, the 6th, 39th. It's interesting that they all end in 9 that I can think of. But let me start training to the Kobolds. Physical characters, leadership, acting as the mouthpiece for the Titan, the patriarch of the First Order. Dig is the guiding voice for the entire race. The Kobolds, the First Order contains not a single pigment. Yeah. Society and culture. Okay, Kobold society is structured around the existence of ranked groups known as digs. The First Order dig stands at the pinnacle of the rigid hierarchy, with each successive rung on the social ladder wielding authority over the lesser ranked digs beneath it. All digs have associated role. The highest rung consists of bureaucrats and priests responsible for the governance of the state and faith. The middle rungs consist of metallurgists, alchemists, as well as mining and operations surveyors. The bottom rungs are occupied by manual laborers, such as pickmen, industrial workers, with the overall trend appearing to show that the lower a dig's rank, the less cerebral its task is likely to be. So it's also, it is direct, it goes down, the higher the number, the lower your rank. Kobold young are raised in groups by a foster dig. When they come of age, they are assigned to live and work with whichever dig in the hierarchy best suits their individual capabilities. Depending on the quality of their work, Kobolds might also move up and down the social ladder, potentially belonging to multiple digs over the course of their lifetime. So, yes, it does directly seem to imply that there are multiple. Yeah. Sad squeaks. I've not done the Beast Tribe quest, but I'm loving this nonsense. Elio, you do enough. A video about each tribe would be awesome. Oh, I've been writing them. I've been working on them. I just haven't had enough time to get everything I want done, and it's frustrating me. I'm here. Power! Good to see you, glad to have you. But yeah, Elio, I swear if you make a Kobold video, I will A, love you forever, B, probably die, C, IDK, draw you a cute thing if I won't die because IDK, how else to say it. Okay, lady. Okay, I'll get out a Kobold video. You'll have to find some way to pay me. But yes, don't push yourself. It's okay to take your time. See, but I want the channel to be so much more, and and in order to do that, we have to put out more. It's just the only way to do it. Just the only reality. Yes, my favorite episode of Avatar: Last Airbender. Good to see you, Mr. Azimuth. Good to see you. Glad to have you. They must have extensive subterranean cities like Skavens from Warhammer. Basically, so if you look at the map, and there's a video coming out, I think tomorrow, that's me and Niniri talking about the Sildi subterranean stuff. But we get in a little bit of this. So, like, if you know Vilbrand, Lenosia is only the southern half of Vilbrand. There's also Ogomoro, and like the northern region. And we know that the Kobolds, their cities exist well under the volcano at this heart of Vilbrand. So, like, for instance, the Ugomoro mines and, like, all of this. Let me go up high real quick. So there's the volcano, right? So, like, we're in the, like, most northern section of Lenosia, and we're not even in the middle of the island. So, like, there are huge, like, this is, like, the outer section of the Kobold civilization. There's huge tunnels that go beneath the mountain that are their cities. It's called delegating, Elio. No, and so I do. And so, to be fair, I do delegate. The problem is that, there's not that, like, for instance, Ray is helping me trying to help me now with footage gathering. Issa is trying to learn to edit stuff too. And so there is a certain amount that I can delegate, but there's only a certain amount. No one there's only so much I can delegate because there's only so much certain people have time to be delegated things. We don't make enough money for me to like actively pay people a bunch to spend their time doing it. So I do actually do a good job of delegating everything and anything I can to my lovely team. There's just a lot of limits to what can be at all. But yes. Secret tunnel! Secret tunnel! Yes! So just like the city-states, we're only seeing a small fraction of what is actually there. This makes sense. Yeah, this is not even like we're not even seeing part of their city here. This is just their mind. This is just some of their outer minds. We see almost nothing of the kobolds, like, yeah. Nah, but to be honest, any video from you is a treat, but if that will happen, seriously, that would be amazing pressure. Hope it don't sound pushy. No, dude. No, lady. No. It's always helpful to hear you guys are excited for something. Well, if that's the case, then churn more videos. Thanks, Tillier. Yeah, and I don't feel burnout from churning. Like, I feel tired, yeah, when I'm working on them, but my only frustration comes that I can't work more faster and have more time to work on it so I can get videos out. Like, it frustrates me that I'm only putting out one video a week. And I didn't even put one out last week. Now, that's because I'm sick, so fair reason, but yeah, that's the only thing that, the only thing that frustrates me is that. I haven't the inkling as to why the whys and wherefores, but it seems the notorious 789th is keen to return their plunder without so much as a fight. I, for one, wouldn't have been opposed to cracking a few kobold skulls, but considering the strained relations between Limps and the little buggers these days, who can argue with good diplomacy? Any roads, I'll report back to Commander Bloiden and arrange for Bluiden. What was it? Is it Blue? Ooh, it's OE is Ooh. Bluiden. And arrange for the transport or the supplies. Aye, and with a reliable escort this time. In the meantime, why don't you ask for a round and see what you can learn about our new neighbors? After all, they don't seem half as imposing as I expected. Their leader least of all. Best of luck, Elio, till sea swallows all. Oh well, that's the case, sure, yeah. Yeah, I forgot the next couple of lines, but then it goes, Secret Tunnel! You're still here? Yes, we've surrendered. Yes, yielded, submitted, surrendered. You will not hurt us, yes? Oh. I am relieved, reassured, relaxed, relieved. And who am I, you ask? I am Gigu, and Gigu is foreman of the 780th Nine. Leader in name, yes, but no more. No more. For in truth, no one listens to Gigu. Gigu is ignored, invisible, insulted, insulated, ignored, incompetent, too. The 780th Nine stole the precious boom powder, yes? Yes, we did, and yet we've good cause for doing so. An excuse, a reason, a cause. Ours is a peaceful order by nature. The 780th Nine troubled no one, and no one troubled us. No, not until now. Now we've driven from the tunnels, exiled to this place that stinks of soil and seawater. But you are a stranger, and I rambled too much, too soon. No, I will speak no more. Go now and leave Gigu to his suffering, his pain, his shame, his suffering. You are still here, yes? Yes, you are. You would hear the sad tale of Gigu and the 789th. Then listen and weep, sob, cry, weep. You think you people have it tough? You know nothing at all. Ours is a world of kobold. Yes, ours is a constant struggle, a labor, a toil, a struggle for survival. Dig, and we do. Dig for ore and riches. Dig well, and we're rewarded. Better digs are given to us, and more weight do our words carry. Dig poorly, and we are shunned, reviled, scorned, shunned. You know that the kobold orders have numbers, yes? Yes, you know. The smaller numbers, the greater the order. You find this curious, but this is the kobold way. How many orders, you ask? Yes, how many? 789. Hey, we have our answer. So there are, I was one, based on what Encyclopedia Eorzea Volume 1 was implying, I thought 789 was the lowest. We have, and not one more. We exist at the backside of kobold society. The bottom, the rear, the backside. And so from tunnels we are driven. Dig more, find more, make more wealth for your betters, and then you can come home, they say. But this dry vein holds no treasure. No, nothing. Meanwhile, our kin in Ugamoro hoard the treasures so great that they toss gold away, toss it like garbage. Yes, this is the trash is our treasure. Any moment now we will be judged on our haul. But our sack is empty, barren, bare, empty. You must go down to the dig and bring back something, anything for us. I beg of you. Yes, even as shabby as scraps will do. Kobold sounds like fuzzy hyperactive Alcor. Fuzzy hyperactive Elcor. What a statement. Oh man, also speaking of, let's go. Let's. Okay, cool. Now it's beginning. Fuzzy. I won't type in fuzzy hyperactive Elcor. That also sounds like an amazing indie band name. Gigu is Tethys and Kobold. I can't decide if I like Kobolds to be badger or not. I'm leaning towards like, I like them. I find them fun. Tethys says, Ray beats me if I don't say like, share, and subscribe regularly. So yeah, remember guys, you don't want Tethys to get beat up. Or if you do, if you like, share, and subscribe, Tethys will get beat up, whichever you prefer. Sorry, Tethys. Sacrifice for the cause. So when they summon Titan, do they try to temper every Kobold, or is it more just once around him kind of thing? Do they? So the thing is, it always depends on the, like, different primals, like, the incarnation of the primal and how they're believed to be, mixed with also the priest. So if you brought, kobolds in front of the head priest after they had summoned Titan, they probably would try to temper them, yeah. I suspect so. That sounds about right. Because it's not like a remove situation, it doesn't seem to be anyways. But it's also possible that Titan may not quite be as like active as Ifrit is, but I can't say for sure. But we know that his summoning also can cause the kobolds around him to be tempered. So I would suggest that just that by its very nature would suggest that, yeah, he's likely to temper other kobolds brought before him. Or at least other peoples, if not kobolds. Because it's also quite likely that you wouldn't need to temper kobolds, because most kobolds would just want to serve him. We know that some of the tempered tribe members survived from the Garuda fight in AR. Yeah, so probably the former Chris, yeah. Oh, okay, yeah, so, or it's more just the one kind of, yeah. So, yeah. I said my piece. My roommate upstairs is like, what the fuck is going on downstairs? Let's see. Oh, hey guys, this is what City in the Indigo Deep looks like. That's actually pretty cool. Let me zoom in. It looks like denim, a city. It looks like if you had the pattern of a city in denim. That's actually really cool. I don't know who this Titan you keep speaking of. I only know Titus, that Ro is a weird subliger, wouldn't lie. And weird Tillier. Kobold fuckery is what's going on, and oh. From dawn till dusk, dusk till dawn we dig, and yet our barrows are empty. Barren, empty. We are not welcome down below, but you will find something for us, yes, you must. Worthless ore. Could it be? Yes, it could. Why, these dirty little lumps, chunks, scraps, lumps, exceeded our haul from the past 3 moons. You have my thanks, adventurer, and my gratitude. Oh, but you must not leave so soon. No longer you must stay. Persist, sojourn, stay, until Zoga has come and gone. Who is Zoga, you ask? Zoga is giant amongst kobolds, a beast, a brute, a giant. So smart and strong is Zoga, and that his orders surge to the top of the ranks. Zoga would lead us into a new era of prosperity, or so Zoga claims. But this is a sham. Yes, Zoga carries only for Zoga. Weak you are. Zoga will use you and then throw you away. Yes, Zoga stomps all over us. Tramples, stamps, stomps. This is why you must stay, adventurer. Stay and watch over us from the shadows. Insert voice track of Titan doing the Titus laugh. Well, okay, so that's like what Arnold. Get to the chopper. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Ha ha ha. I hope that worked for you. This place stinks, smells, reeks. You said you were taking us to a steam bath. You big fat liar, a cheat, a fraud, a liar. Stop your bloody squealing. Work before pleasure. Or do you want to join the riffraff in their rotten trash heap? No, I thought not. Greetings, Soga! How kind of you to visit our humble dig! I must say, you're looking especially impressive today. Imposing, overpowering, overwhelming, overbearing. Yeah, you look as scruffy as ever, whatever your name was. But enough talk, my time's worth more than your sorry hide. Now let's see what you've got for me. Is this your monthly haul, or what have popped out of your arsehole this morning? What a sluggard! Always a sluggard! Stragglers, sloth, sluggard, a lot of you. The 789 or so sluggards, Zoga. No, not a one. Every day we do toil in the mines. Slave, sweat, toil, from dawn till dusk until dusk. Yes, we sit down under pickaxes only to eat and sleep. Eat? Sleep? It seems we've misunderstanding here. A mistake, a misconception, a misunderstanding. Sleep, food, these are luxuries. Comforts, indulgences, luxuries. And luxuries, yes, luxuries are for kobolds who can dig their own weight. You are there nothing. You deserve nothing. You are nothing. No rations for a month, or until you increase your haul 100-fold, whichever comes last. But, Zoga, we are already weak and hungry. Cut off our food supply and we will starve, wither, die. Then die, yes, die. Each day you live, you breathe our air and eat our food, and give nothing in return. You're a parasite, Gigu. A leech, a sponge, a parasite. Your very existence keeps us from achieving our potential. But I can think of no way one way we might be of use. Yes, the shriveled carcass of you and your lot could feed our furnaces. Fodder, fuel, feed for your betters. You cannot mean what you say, Zoga. No, this must be some cruel joke. A jest, The only joke around here is you, Gigu. It is not to repeat myself this time. 100-fold, an ounce less and you'll be the first to burn. Singe, sizzle, burn. Let's go, ladies. Yes, the stench of sloth and stupidity is this dump is making me sick. Remember, ladies, this is the fate of those who don't dig their own weight. Now, I do believe this is time for a steam bath. All right, get the guillotine. I like how female kobolds are pink-purple. I kind of hate it. It's so kind of cliche that they're like, yes, the females, let's make them pink. Sounds like a Terminator laughing. Titan doing the Titus laugh is a concise summary of Arnold Schwarzenegger's career. Do you think this order has potential, but are so lacking motivation that they end up doing not so much? I think that they have potential. I think I think Gigu doesn't have any self-confidence. Time for your sponge. This is so sad. Gabi gonna blow it all up. Jellybean Jellybean, if you've never finished this quest, I've got some good news about how this quest ends. Oh, woe is me and misery. What in the Seven Isles just happened? I come back from Camp Overlook only to see some overstuffed kobolds strutting around like he owns the place. You're not wrong. No, your words are true. Zogad leads the 13th, yes, and his many friends are followers in Ugamoro. His power grows with each day. With each day, one less kobold challenges the word of Zoga. Soon, none will be left to oppose him. No, not a one. So what you're saying is that you're just gonna let that self-styled tyrant walk all over you? Yes, we have no choice, no recourse, no refuge. What kind of answer is that? And you got shredded dignity in your whole body. Sigh. Oh, oops. Huh? No, I do not. Look, I don't know your kobold hierarchies from a hole in the ground. What I do know is that if you're to talk to me, then like I go 7th hell and back to cut him down to size. But you are strong, bold, brave, strong, and I am... Limline have mercy. I can't stand to look at the sorry lot of you. Are you kobolds or dormice? Look, you might not have the spine to stand up to yourself, but Elio, Aaron and I sure as hell do. Ain't that right, Elio? Just tell us where we can find this Zoga. You know not what you say. No, you know nothing. It's pure madness to oppose Zogar. Folly, insanity, madness. The only thing what's driving me mad is your endless wailing. That settles it. I'm not leaving this stinking hole till Zogar falls and his hands and knees before begging me for mercy. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. But... did you just say something? No, nothing at all. Yes, I'm gonna do the Exalt. I'm absolutely, of course, if I'm gonna do the tribes, I'm definitely gonna do the Exalt. The Exalt's tribe quests are great. I mean, like, the quests aren't necessarily super entertaining because it's just crafting stuff, but the story is really good. Zogar does not suffer opposition lightly. No, not in the least. If we cross him, he'll crush us. We're doomed, cursed, doomed, damned, doomed. Oh, adventurer, do not leave us. No, you must not go. The Roganin woman frightens me even more than Zogar. Horrifies, terrifies, frightens. But we have no choice. No, we have none. You will protect us from Zogar's bullying, yes? Yes, you will. Eagerly, empathetically, wholeheartedly. Oh, adventurer, you're too kind, gracious, generous, kind. Yes, kind, and possessing the strength of 100 kobolds. Yes, 100 kobolds. You do not need Gigu's help. No, you do not. You do not. Good luck fighting Zogar, adventurer. I await word of your triumph, your victory, your success. I'm gonna do the drop quest. I just need to level crafters for some of them. Well, you can also level crafters through them. So like you can like if you do Ixal and like there's a crafter for each expansion. Also, just do leaves. Leveling crafters through leaves is so fucking fast. You can get a crafter from 1 to 90 in like an hour. If you, I shit you not. You could get a crafter from level 1 to level 90 if you have just turning in items for leaves. It's insane. You haven't done tribe yet? Yeah, Jellybean, you're gonna love the ending of this then. Okay, let's do Emulsia. Let's do Ixali last. Yeah, Ixali last because it's crafting. So we're gonna do Emulsia, and then we're gonna do Silph, and then we're gonna do Ixali. I think the Silph one is like kind of might be the weakest. Yeah, doing Crafter's Leaves is the best way. Yeah, it's so fucking fast. It's crazy. Chris, the Excel quest require crafting only require that you have simply picked up the crafting. Yeah, if you have a crafting job picked up at all, you can do it. Oh yeah, no, like literally leaves far and away is the fastest way to level up your crafter. Just not even a question. There's just nothing comes even close. Yeah, you won't have enough allowances to do all of them right away, but you will have enough allowances to do at least 2. And you only need to do, as long as you do one of hand. And like honestly, you don't even need leaves for land. The land goes by so freaking fast anyways. But if you have like one hand done, you're good to go. And your allowances will restore over time, and you'll be able to do them. Yours is a welcome face, Elio. I have a task which of your impeccable record would be well suited, though perhaps campaign would be more fitting description given the sheer commitment this mission demands. As you well aware, the inhabitants of Hydaelyn have long suffered the hostilities of the Emulsia. The lizard men have been quite quiet for a time, chastened by your victory over the primal Ifrit. Once again, the beastmen stir. There have been a resurgence in kidnappings, and in greater numbers than before. Matters have grown so far out of hand that the local garrisons have petitioned us for reinforcements. That is why I wish you to lead an extended action against the Emulsia, put a stop to these raids. Report to Commander Giselbert, head of security in Little Alamigo, and he will brief you on the details of your duty. Yeah, I love the Kobold storyline. Yeah, the Kobold one I appreciate because it's fun. I get annoyed by the fact that he won't help himself. I'm usually annoyed by characters who won't even like try to help themselves. Like if it's about overcoming an inability to help yourself, that's fine. But if by the end you still aren't like able to be at least a little bit self-confident, even if just a little bit, it's that's usually frustrating for me. The Emulsia one's really good. The Ixali one's really good. Silph one's fine. The Sahuagin one's pretty good. And if you don't know, once you do all of them, you get a final secret quest. That's actually a pretty lovely quest line. Oi, Commander Swift said he's assigned someone to assist with our growing beastmen problem. Glad to see the urgency of our situation is being taken seriously. Now, as I'm sure the commander explained, the Amalj activity in the region have grown almost frenzied. Seems like a lizard man is determined to carry off every peddler and traveler that tries to pass through the southern Hydaelyn. And I'm not speaking of furtive nighttime raids either. The bastards striking in full daylight even against the escorted merchant caravans. We've heard reports of raids as far south as the Sogoli Desert, so it's not a simple matter of increasing patrols on the roads into Little Alamigo. We must mount a decisive response and soon. The next time the Amalja appear, I want you ready to send them to howling back to the desert. Not long before you arrived, in fact, our scouts reported a merchant resting in plain view on one of our trade routes. Make haste to the location. I've marked on your map and see that the fool hasn't been taken by a raiding party. You only get 12 per day. There are 15 quests per day for the tribes and ARR. Yeah, what's that for? Oh, what was that? Also, the AR tribe quests are very fast to max rank since they only max out at 4, and you get multiple quests gives per day. Yeah, it's very fast. Firmament was really fast. You can break even and or make some nice money if you get lucky. Yeah, Firmament's worth doing. Don't get me wrong. That is worth doing. Especially if you're doing land stuff, in my opinion. I just think like if you need one of your things at level 90, leaves are going to be a lot faster. On top of that, you're going to make more money by having a level 90 than you are by making by having a doing like a leveling up someone to max. What voice am I doing for the Amalja? Let me catch up on you guys. Leaves is definitely the best way to level crafters, especially with ever since patch 5.1 was released. Yeah. You get 12 per day. The Ixal use allowances. Yeah, it applies to the Ixal though. The Ixal do use allowances. Since they're the only ones... oh! That's what your point was, Teth, is that I wouldn't be able to do the Ixali. Yeah, but I'm just unlocking the quests. Unless that's not what your point, unless you're talking about someone else. Since they're the only ones out of the AR tribes that have standard rank 8. Yeah. Yeah, one tribe will get left out every day. Yes. Just do the Ixali last, yeah. Well, you actually, if you stagger them, though, you can do it maybe, well, no. Yeah, okay, no, I can actually, yeah. Just do it. It doesn't feel like a slow churn for sure since there's 5 tribes in the AR spread out the allowances. I mean, but the thing is, it doesn't take that, it's about the same pace. It's about the same period of time. And just the thing that I think people need to remember with the tribes is they're not meant to be done immediately. They're meant to just like relax into it, enjoy the process. It's a thing that when you log on, you get a couple of those done every day and you're making progress and you're getting it. And before you know it, they'll be done. Where is, yeah, no, that was your point. Yeah, sorry, Tethys, I got confused. Yeah, I'm following along now. You're good. I was in the messy. Indeed, I wish they could go back and at least rework the AR tribe quest designed to be less annoying. At least it makes... I don't feel like they're that annoying. Remove quests that require you to use specific fates. Yeah, specific fate ones I'd be in favor of getting rid of. I feel you for that. But also, they spawn so quickly usually, and like, the other thing is that like, you can just go do a couple of other fates, which gets you points towards achievements. Maybe this is a perspective thing that I have, which is like, doing fates gets you points towards the fate achievements and stuff like that. So, you know, like, just go do a couple of them and... Overconfident fools, you think that your raids have gone unnoticed. What treachery is this? You are the Brotherhood of Ash. We are, though. We are number but few, and we shall be your death this day. Yeah, you can also, just hold on to the trophies to turn in. Yeah. I picked up all 12 dailies from the Ixal and blitzed through them in a week and a half or so. Now I do all the other 4 at once. Yeah, like you can do, there's a bunch of different ways to do it. Traitorous heathens, your victory comes at a price. Oh, is that Loon? Yeah, that's Loon. Talking. Attacking when the enemy's back is turned, your ancestors would turn in their graves. Hot. A soldier's life is one of peril. Ashmere. A soldier's life is one of peril. The first rule of war is to understand the mind of your enemy as well as your own. Your presence is noted here, adventurer, but this is our battle. You need not become involved. Loonga, indeed. I am Hamujga, and I lead the Brotherhood of Ash. We are what remains now. The all-consuming flames have reduced the rest of my people to unthinking zealots. You interest me, child of Eorzea. Be it fortune or fate, I would not ignore the forces that sought to bring us together. I extend to you an invitation to join us at the Ring of Ash. Thank you, Tethys. Yeah, we have a TFC if you want to come join the FC. Don't forget to come get an invite. Welcome to the Ring of Ash adventure. The place serves as a home for our humbling gathering of soldiers. My brothers and I ever seek to hone our martial prowess and honor the blood of our ancestors. We keep to the old ways of the desert nomad and of the warrior. To those who are worthy, we seek to show the proper respect regardless of origin. Your aura, it carries the reek of brimstone. Could you be one of the champions said to have laid low the Lord of the Inferno? Then I would have you understand the curse that has befallen our fanatic brethren. They have forgotten the code that governs our people, the glory that comes with the glory of combat that comes with the warrior's death, the spirit that they spirit away the weak and the feeble and offer them up in exchange for the barbed blessings of a hoary god. Day after day I witness the shameful acts of my kin. The honor of the Eorzea has faded, paltry things no longer driven by the righteous fortunes of battle. Revel in the glory of combat! It is these kidnappings that most stoke the flames of my fury, why the victims often bear no arms at all. What triumph can be found in such cowardly acts? We are hunters, my brothers and I, and the fallen Eorzea who huddle in Zunrak's our prey. If you share my outrage, then I bid you join us in our kin war. No, I will not accept this pretender! You claim to be one of the heroes that felled Ifrit. I've cut down a dozen men who boasted that feat. More likely you slew a guttering fire sprite and convinced yourself it was the king of the seventh hell. I did not ask for your counsel, Loon Ga. I alone make this decision for the Brotherhood. Then you better not stray into the path of my arrows, adventurer. We have too many enemies for me to waste ammunition on puffed up heroes like you. Forgive this interruption. I shall vouch for the authenticity of your claim. Only one who has faced and defeated Ifrit could have the scent that you do. Past glories, however, will not impress my soldiers. Prove yourself through your actions, and you will find your reception here improved. Okay, whose idea was it to make the Eorzea into Final Fantasy XIV Klingons? Our foes are the Eorzea of Zunrak. We shall break the fangs that feast on the helpless. Our target is clear, and our resolve unshaken. I would argue probably Koji. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get a drink. Guess who's here? Hey, buddy. Yeah. Oh. Oh. You guys say hi to the people? You wanna wave? Oh, that's very good. That's very good. One down. One down. Deadpool is a good boy. Oh, interesting. Lunga is the reason you don't like it. I have a suspicion as to why that might be. Forgive me. I need to eat something. I have not yet eaten today, because I was dealing with I was working, but mainly it was when I was having panic attacks earlier. I wasn't able to sleep or eat, and so now that things are starting to calm down a little bit, I actually might be able to eat something. New merchandise store is open! Get stickers of Ray Ray. In fact, you can. Or also soon you'll be able to get stickers of Deadpool. Deadpoo. Bench guy, good to see you, glad to have you. Thank you, Ray Ray. Yes, join our Patreon. We have lovely rewards, and it helps make this whole thing become a lot more sustainable. And hopefully will allow me to delegate more responsibilities and tasks. So thank you to also people like Jubilant, Demins, and any of you guys who have given money as well. I really deeply appreciate it. It has, the more money that we're able to raise in the long term, the more this thing can become something where maybe at some point I can actually hire a full-time editor or things like that. So. Thanks, Deathberry. It will. One of the big things that was causing it was dealt with, so that will help some, and then other than that, it's just riding the wave. Ow. Don't mind me. There we go. I can't believe that worked. Deadpool and a Chocobo barding, that would be really cool. I just need to get talking with Lady. Lady is doing all the art for Chocobo. We wanted to do Deadpool as a picture of Deadpool for every job. But Deadpool and a Chocobo barding also would be pretty adorable. We also have some of you already saw him, but he has a Cubone mask that I made him. Hey, Deadpool, I'll give you a treat if you put on your Cubone mask. Deal? Come on, Deadpool. Good job, good job. Okay, stay. Good job, buddy. Good job. You want to get down? And I didn't have his strap on, so it wasn't able to fit easy. Okay. That's it. Very cute, Lady. Lady drew some art. Your Johnny equal Mosquito Heaven. I mean, hey, they did it. They did have the not the Green Death. What was it called? Was it called the Green? What was it called? What is it? I'm forgetting the plague that they had. Bugs everywhere. Teth is out here. I'm trying to start a fight in chat. It's true though. All right, let's get going. Death? I don't think it's called... Oh. We, the Eorzea, were once simply nomads who roamed the vast plains of Pagalthon. If any sought to impede our path, we relished the challenge to our skill at arms. For as long as our people have existed, it has been a tradition of aging warriors to make the pilgrimage to the Holy Land of Zanrak, and there confront the specter of death. It is an honor cast to one's time-tempered soul into the sacred flames and return one's body to ash. But these craven whelps of Zaharak quaver before death's inevitability. They seek not to fortify their spirits, instead groveling before the deity for the strength they do not deserve. I have not the words to express my disgust for the matter of this groveling, this subjugation of the meek by contemptuous weaklings. The path to true greatness lies only in conquering those greater than oneself, and in doing so attaining mastery over one's own failings. It wasn't... Yeah. War leader, there is trouble. The flame fangs have scanned fresh prey. It seems you have the chance to prove your talents, adventurer. Show the Brotherhood your unbending steel. Lunga! Your wish, war leader? The warrior is known by the name Lunga, though her form may be Mikote. Her soul harbors a raging blaze to match that of any Eorzea soldier. We of the Brotherhood know only the struggle for martial perfection. Tribe, clan, gender, these details matter not. Lunga, you will accompany our newest ally into battle. What? Why choose me for the task? Surely there are others more fitting. Sutton's hatchling and training, perhaps. Enough, I grow weary of your insolence. I shall have my blade answer your mewling. No, war leader, it shall be as you command. Now we shall see you for the charlatan you are. Meet me at the spot on your map. I pray your screams are short-lived. What a dick! What race would you say is the closest in terms of dog people at 14? Probably the Lupin. Or the Numo. It would be probably the Numo. It's either the Lupin or the Numo. Well, back to work for me. Lady, I really appreciated that image. It made me laugh. Crawling death sounds worse than creeping death. Well, they've got their problems, but Ul'dah at least has Nanamo. Oddly, you meet Nanamo in disguise very early in Ul'dah. Yeah, Lilira. Sorry, creeping death, not crawling death. Yeah, creeping death, yes. I knew it was something creepy crawly. Hope work goes quick, easily, lady. Yes, lady, I hope work's going really, really well. I hope your commissions are going quite well. And Nanamo prefers to go around in disguise to get away from Papa Shan. Yeah, well, and yeah, not to draw attention to the fact that Limp's the best city. Please ignore the plaza. I implore you, good sirs and madams. Crawling death sounds worse than creeping death. Where have you been? I've already felled the forwarding scout. See the markings? We most certainly face the flame fangs. Take up your position and keep your weapon handy. The rest will soon be upon us. She clearly wants to fight and is disappointed we're not able to take her up on it. Creepy crawl. Lupin equal dog people, Numo equal puppy power. Thanks, I hope so. Life's been hectic a bit, so it was hard to work lately, but I've got this really. Yeah, I've got this really. Yep, you definitely got this. And I'm sure that lady definitely really appreciates all the positivity, Jellybean. I guess the Lupin fit the bill. Yeah. Hopping death? Hugs for the lady. Blood for the blood lady. Art for the art lady. Whew, you made short work of those raiders. I don't know who you are or where you came from, but you have my thanks. I heard the Eorzea was snatching folk from the trade routes again, but I thought this was just my rivals trying to scare me out of business. After all, the roads have been safe enough until now. I'll have to hire guards or two for the next time I pass through here. Damn beastmen. Sell swords, wages do so eat into a man's profits. Expected you to die here. Come now, we return to the Ring of Ash. Better than the STD death from limbs. Puppy power? Scrappy-Doo? Yeah, I was thinking of pup named Scooby-Doo. And like, or not pup named Scooby-Doo, but Scrappy-Doo as well. I thought that's what they mean with Numo, but I don't know why Numo would be more Scrappy-Doo. Dobby cheer! Lady Darksaw! Blood? I guess I can take that. You are no hatchling in battle, that much is obvious, but do not think me so easily impressed. There is yet the question of your resolve. The Brotherhood of Ash is a conclave of elite warriors, under the command of Hamujga. We wage war of attrition against the zealots of Zanrak. These fallen Al-Malja build altars and pitch camps wherever they please, convincing themselves they are the masters of the Holy Land. It must feel brave indeed to challenge none but the weak and undefended. Recall the raiders you but recently faced. They were the members of the Flame Fangs, a faction amongst Zanrak and Malja that are more than any other delights in kidnappings. Naturally, they also draw the most ire of the Brotherhood. It is our mission to see their ambitions ground to dust and their leader slain, indeed. It is the duty of all who come themselves to true warriors true Amalja warriors. And now a warning. Do not seek to meddle too deeply in our affairs. This war is not some distraction to be dabbled in by outsiders such as you. You think my words unconvincing? You think that I, too, am no Amalja? To the seven hells with what you think. Go, make your report to Hamujga before he has to find himself a new pet adventurer. The Numo might as well be Scrappy-Doo. Honored allies, news of the battle has spread through the camp. By all accounts, you have fought with an uncanny ability. None may now doubt that yours was the hand that slew a raging god. It is our cause rings true in your heart that I would further welcome your aid. Will you unleash your fury alongside the soldiers of the Brotherhood? I will, and the zealots fear are coming. Well said, yours is a true warrior's heart. Though we differ in many ways, the foe that we would topple is the same. Let us vow death to the Flame Fangs. Theirs is a fire that cannot be suffered to burn. Don't Numo talk like they have stuffy... Yeah, yes, they do. They kind of talk like they have stuffy noses. I can't even do it particularly well right now, but yeah, yes. Black Shroud. Gridania. I'm back with pancakes for dinner. Oof. Oof, that sounds good. I don't know. I think this bar might be, this chocolate bar might be better than dinner. We don't have anything inside, but I can't, I'm still contagious, so I can't go out to get groceries right now. Maybe we have a can of soup or somewhere. Ah, now here's a man who inspires confidence. It hardens me to see you stride still into the Adder's Nest today, for I have to ask of a considerable breadth and ever greater import, a task that calls out for a competent adventurer. Allow me to elaborate. In recent weeks, my eyes have been drawn to unusual movements amongst the Silph. Those charming yet troublesome beastmen with whom we share our forest home. in hopes of shedding light on their intentions, be they malicious or benign. I dispatch a young researcher to Little Solace to investigate further. The fellow goes by the name Voice. Mayhap you've heard of him? It would seem he is rather accomplished in his field. He set out a fortnight ago and has been sending regular reports ever since. That is, until some 3 days passed, though he was quick to assure me that his prodigious intellect and survival skills would ensure his safety. I cannot help but fear he has come to harm. Such is my request to you. Travel to Little Solace and inquire as to the well-being of our men. Seek out the Silph Olmixio, who has oft acted as an intermediary between our peoples. Now go in safety. Go in safety and in haste. The forest holds many dangers these days more than ever. If you wanted pancakes for dinner, add chocolate chips. No. I just like plain pancakes, syrup. Like Mrs. Butterworth syrup. That is all I need. If you want pancakes for dinner, add chocolate chips or whatever flavor white chocolate peanut butter, it tastes great even without syrup. No, that's too much. That's too much sweet for me. That's way too much. Just plain ass buttermilk pancakes with Mrs. Butterworth's. That's where it's at. Asa, you made it! Welcome to our talk about pancakes. Walking ones walks with strength and purpose, yes, but this one is busy one. State one's case and state it quickly. Scholar? Walking one is looking for smart one, yes? This one knows not smart one. This one does want no bumbling and stumbling one. But what business would anyone have with that one? Stumbling one whereabouts? Why, right over here. Wherever did that one bumble off to? Bumbling one likely stumbled off to see elder one. Stumbling one is always bothering elder ones with silly questions. Bothersome one's blathering makes less sense than babbling brook, this one thinks. My roommate added a little red velvet cake mix to the last half of the batch. It's surprisingly good. I can see how that would work. That may not be my first choice, but I can definitely see how that would work. I think we got our first Twitch sub. Nice! Wait, you can get subs when no one's streaming? If so, cool, but also what? But also cool, but also huh? Ah, brave ones return these ones. This one is honored. Word of brave one deeds come often to Little Solace. These ones are honored to call brave one friend. Brave one is searching for scholarly one. Brave one cannot possibly mean that one. This one has met many walking ones, and that one has all the wits of a wingrat. 3 days ago, witless one stumbled off to the Silphlands, babbling something about research. This one knows little of research, but this one does know that Silphlands are no place for walking ones, and witless walking ones that much the less. Yes, these ones' ancient home is now the domain of touched ones, and those ones means danger for these ones, and walking ones alike. This one tried to stop witless one, but witless one ears are stuffed with beeswax. Wait, I can sub now? Yes, we reached affiliate on Twitch. Let me catch up in chat quick. I've become kind of maple syrup snob. It's shame to admit it. I need some of the recipe and found this really good dark amber stuff. It's sweet and got kind of smoky taste. Nice, Jelly Bean. I feel like you know this, but like a lot of people in our area are I feel like maple syrup snobs. I am whatever the opposite of a maple syrup snob is, in that like the more traditionally good a maple syrup is considered, the less I am likely to like it. Like my favorite stuff is the cheapest, crappiest, like Mrs. Butterworth is my, like, I don't need anything else. Mrs. Butterworth is just like the premium top of the top. I discovered that pancake mix actually is an excellent thickener for soup. Yes, I used it for that too. I used it once because we were out of flour to make broccoli cheddar soup. Yep. Literally just walked out of the work building. Nice. It's Makipan. Makipan? But also Yosh for sub. Grats, thank you. The insides are pink and nice. Nice. Find our Twitch channel over here at twitch.tv.eorzea, Eorzean Archives. Don't you love each tribe individual speech pattern? I do very much. Sugar syrup. Nice sub. Thanks, lady! Cheap butter-flavored syrup. Yes. You're correct. And I don't know if you mean that as a curse, but that is precisely what I love. Oh, thanks, guys. My plan is to always do Twitch on Sundays. So I think we're gonna have Twitch, Twitch will be on Sundays every week now. I think is gonna be the plan. So if you wanna have fun with us over on Twitch every Sunday. Bumbling One set off for Silphlands. Bumbling One is even dumber than this one thought. Touch Ones will greet Bumbling Ones with boom and sizzle. Then Bumbling One will be Crispy One. This one thinks it for the best. These ones will have one less to worry. Walking One would go in search of that one. This one is confused. Take this one's word. That one is not worth the trouble. Walking One is certain. And this one will not stand in Walking One's way, but heed this one's warning. Be wary or dead ones will number 2. These ones play tricks for fun. Nasty ones play tricks to hurt. Is hurting other ones fun for nasty ones? The thought alone makes this one sad. Just like the troll we had earlier. Walking One will truly go in search of Bumbling Ones. This one thought Walking One was making joke. Like the time this one stole Bumbling One's undergarments. This one does not understand what Walking One is thinking. This one would leave Bumbling One to bumble on one's own. But oh well, to each one's own. This one saw Bumbling One stumble off towards Lark's Call, between this place and Touch One's home. Bumbling One is probably there shivering in stockings. If Bumbling One found stockings anyway, which this one doubts. Be warned, Walking One, these trees have eyes, and report to Touched Ones. Walking One should not rush too quickly to Bumbling One's aid, lest Walking One fall into nasty trap. As a Canadian, I feel obligated to mention we have strategic maple syrup reserves. See, that's the thing, if you're in Minnesota, like, you're just South Canada, so, like, you share kinship with y'all. Guess I'm a maple syrup snob. I have started moving closer and closer to Canada. Maybe it's related. I've been waiting for it literally. Aw, thanks, lady. Butter-flavored syrup sounds a bit fattening. I will not argue that it's not. It's my favorite, especially the Walmart brand. I'm the same way with syrup, and I'm very close to the Canadian border. Yeah, there you go, see? I never tried any syrup with my pancakes or anything. I feel how to play. Lady, is that not a thing in... Do you guys not use syrup with pancakes? Or is that just like a you thing? I don't want to dox you, so I don't want to say where you're from, but is that like not a common thing? Is maple syrup a good substitute for honey for making honey mustard? That's a question, AC. I don't even know how to answer that question. Touch Ones, Chris Hansen would like you. That's really weird. You know what's a good pancake without syrup? Dorayaki. Yeah, but Dorayaki's like, that's different. But yes. No, we use homemade jam or cottage cheese? Gonna continue with the story for a second here. Walking One scribbles letters. Maybe Walking One is Smart One that everyone was talking about. Smart One? Ha! Smart One would not stumble so stupidly into these one's domain. Someone help me! They'll eat me alive! Shush, Stupid One. These ones have no need for eating. Or did Stupid One not read the Stupid One's paper stacks? Stupid One is even stupider than this one thought. Now answer this one, Stupid One. Stupid One tries to sneak into these ones' home and kidnap Chosen One's podling, yes? Stupid One will confess, or Stupid One will be Shocky Sizzly One. The Chosen One. Podlings. What are... Aha! Did this one know it, or did this one not know it? But this one, I was just repeating what you... Silence! This one's here, sneaking one. What one goes there? This one, bitches. This one knows boss one. This one has seen walking one in Little Solace. Walking one is strong, not like stupid one. Bah, this one will deal with stupid one another day. Let these ones be off. Oh, friend, how can I ever repay you? Why, I thought I was a goner for sure. Whatever do you suppose got into those Silphs? The bestiary described them as such a carefree, fun-loving folk, and my rather limited first-hand experience has been the same. But do tell, to whom do I owe the debt of gratitude? An adventurer dispatched by the order of the Twin Adder on behalf of little old me, you say? Ha! Bless the commander, always looking out for his charge. Well, I'd like nothing more than to continue this conversation. Would you mind terribly if we did so back at Little Solace? This place is giving me the heebie-jeebies. Let me catch up on you guys. Oh no, what a reaction. What did AC say that stepped them close to heresy? Oh, the maple syrup honey thing, yeah. I did mechanics here with the transparent stuff, similar to the old stealth scale. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. He broke cottage cheese for making honey mustard. No. Cottage cheese for pancakes. It could work AC if you try a small amount first to see. What did... I'll ban anyone who hates Mrs. Butterworth. Issa! At last! Something we agree on! I'll go to war. I'll go to that war. I will fight by your side on that war. I will... Yeah. Mrs. Butterworth is gold. Cottage cheese. Don't judge our broken culture, although you can judge. I won't say it in this household any longer soon. My grandma would eat cottage cheese and drink buttermilk at the same time. Okay. IDK, our cottage cheese is kind of tasty though. I like cottage cheese. It's not about liking cottage cheese. It's like putting cottage cheese with pancakes is like putting like Jolly Ranchers with tuna fish. Like, no. I love cottage cheese, but I admittedly am a bit skeptical. Would Silphs be susceptible to reverse psychology? Theory. I don't necessarily think they would be any more than any of the other groups. But yeah, I guess you could probably do that. They would probably work on them. The reactions scare me a bit. I'll just go make some coffee, I guess. Yeah, because it's just like you wouldn't put chocolate cake with steak. Like, you wouldn't put chocolate cake on steak, right? You can use it to put in the place of ricotta in some recipes. It works well in some dips. Yeah, it's like putting ketchup on rice. This by the way is not maple syrup at all. It's basically sugar water. I have some bad news for you, Tethys, about what maple syrup is as a whole. Because it's all sugar water. Like, that's just maple syrup. I put applesauce with potato pancakes sometimes. Same logic, I think. That's not quite as bad. That's not quite as bad. Elio, we have thin-ass pancakes that are not very sweet. They just work with these cheese, the meats or the sweet stuff. Oh, no, we're talking about pancakes. We're talking about pancake. Here, let me. We're talking about pancakes aspect. This is what we're talking about. Delicious goodness. Okay, but now I have to type in pancakes with cottage cheese. Oh, actually, did the thing not pop up because I don't have the thing on? Oh no, display capture's on. Okay. Pancake with cottage cheese. Oh, actually, I probably should have made that one word. That is 2 words, okay. I might put chocolate cake on steak. You don't pay my sub. Don't you do this to me, Ray Ray. Don't you just be a contrarian. Doesn't ketchup go into omakase? Pretty sure it does. Yeah, but I don't like omakase, so like that doesn't save it. I used to eat applesauce with boxed mac and cheese. Okay, applesauce is a common ingredient baking for adding moisture, so I don't find it out of place. Yeah. If you have like that thick ass pancake, we call them differently in my language. Funny enough, and yes, we only eat those with jam. AI is funny. Something tells me we have a few culinarians among us. Dude, I am a culinarian. I've worked in multiple kitchens, but that doesn't mean I like everything. Were you just trying to make Elio sick again? Are we, fellas? That's like almost a crepe. That's not even a pancake at that point. It's like a crepe. Yeah, crepes. Those pancakes look like crepes. Yeah, exactly, Jellybean. Yeah, that's what yeah, exactly. Real maple syrup is made from sap of sugar maple, but as butter made from high fructose corn syrup. Oh, whatever. It tastes good. Ugh. What, blah, blah, blah. I'm Tethys, and I have my specifics about I have my actual correct, and therefore Elio is wrong, because he is technically wrong in this case. But also, I am Tethys, and I have my thing about maple syrup's gotta be actually correct, otherwise it's just bullshit sugar water. Well, you know what? It tastes delicious! Yeah. I forgot about that. We call them pancakes. Yeah. Applesauce is a great baking for eggs. Interesting. You guys know in some Japanese spaghetti they use ketchup as an ingredient. Surprisingly not bad. Yes, I do, but I still hate it. Yeah, I think that's what they meant savory crepes are A-okay. Yeah, savory crepes are a very different thing. Oh, hello. Hello, I say. It's good to see you in one piece, friend. Oh, but where are my manners? I'm not even properly introduced myself. Voice... Gridani's foremost scholar on Silphic customs and lore at your service. Well, at least that's what I told the commander when I volunteered for this mission. Just between you and me, I actually am rather new to the field, but I've long been fascinated by the cute little critters, and I thought this the perfect opportunity to make the name for myself. Which reminds me, I was just stumbling through one of the tomes I borrowed from Silglade Fane, when I came across a particularly fascinating passage of a legendary Silph, who is said to possess such power that she controls the very fate of her people. Now, I realize this might sound crazy, but I couldn't help but wonder if this might be the selfsame Chosen One that the frightful Silph was. Chosen One! Yes, well, does this one know the legend? One thing that frustrates me is that like, the other beast tribes not coming up again is not a problem to me, but this beast tribe not coming up again is really weird. Chosen One, the ones who embody the spirit of all trees that have ever lived or ever will live in these ones' forest home. Once every 10,000 years, does Chosen Ones sprout forth to lead these ones into a new era before returning to slumber. Birth and rebirth, such is the cycle of these ones' civilization. 1,000 years, eh? So if the last recording sighting of the Chosen One was... Yes, that would mean that the next rebirth would occur in... Just give me a moment. Give me a moment now. Yes, carry on. Carry the one and... Elder One, could it be the rebirth of Chosen One is nigh, and Touch Ones are plotting something? Well, I believe our Silph friend here has the right of it. This one does not like this at all. Something must be done. Something, yes, something indeed must be done, and yet many questions of import remain to be answered, such as where we might find this Chosen One, and what is the true nature of the power she holds? And most importantly of all, where, pray tell, did I misplace my underclothes? I know not if this is related to the coming of the Chosen One, but the 12's is terribly chilly these days. But regardless, I swear now that I shall remain at little solace until these mysteries are unraveled. 'Twas not by dumb luck that I was chosen for this task. No, the esteemed leaders of my nation knew that. Is it rather cold? Isn't it? If you allow me a moment respite. It's funny, language barrier moment happened. Yeah, It's actually, lady, I'm constantly shocked with how rare language barrier moments are between me and you. Why do they call it apple butter when it's more like condensed applesauce and doesn't actually have butter? And for breads in the fall, you should make cinnamon butter. It's good. I'm actually a cook, more of a cook than a baker. I don't love baking that much. Partly because I'm not like great at it. I like the art more than the science. Why do they make crepe? Making crepes at homes is not easy. Also, actually, I'm pretty decent at making crepes. That is one thing that I can make pretty decently. I also don't use almond milk as a substitute. Makes the batter slightly weird. Well, why do they call pineapples like that if they're not pine and not an apple? I used to know this answer. Names sometimes don't make sense. I used to have the answer to this off the top of my head. Now I can't remember it. Nah. I love homemade crepes. Yeah. I just wish I could make blints. Bongala blints? Smoking a pancake? Bongala blints? Like my grandmother did. I've never been able to make them. I've never had them. Well, it's more like language cultural thing. Sometimes I am getting surprised. Yeah. This one is worried. If chosen one falls into the hands of touched ones, it could mean the end for these ones. This one must see the safety of little solace. The search for chosen one. This one would trust to walking one. Coughing one spouts big words, but has not the strength to save these ones. This can be seen by anyone, and so this one turns to walking one. Will walking one help these ones? You can count on this one. Thank you, Walking One. Walking One is true friend of these ones. This one will not forget Friendly One's kindness. Deep cut. Allegedly it's because pineapples resemble pine cones. Yeah, something like that. Now I'm sad. I used to have such a mind for trivia like that, but lately, especially with the COVID stuff, my brain's just not working. I'll find that there are quite a few times, like every hour, where I just like stop for a second and like break. Every other language be like ananas. Deep cut. You don't have to be a baker to make cinnamon butter. Yeah, but I don't like cinnamon, so that's the bigger issue, because they look like pine cones. Yeah. Every other language be like ananas. Do you mean banana? Do you mean like a banana? Although most languages use ananas. Ananas? Oh, pineapple. I was so confused. Well, Japanese is pineapple. Elia, we ourselves a situation. Our scouts over at Etat Spire have sent word that Ixal are attacking their position. They report that they have already weathered a sudden strafing run by one of the Birdmen's blasted war balloons, and casualties were high. Have you ever seen those Beastmen dirigibles? The Ixal stock them with explosive munitions and rain hell on the targets below. Even should they float within bow range, the balloon's skin are thick, difficult to penetrate, though it can be done. Thus, the spires we constructed throughout the 12s would are Gridanian's first line of defense against assault from the air. Just frustrating indeed, then, that the recent conflicts have left them undermanned. I need you to head to the North Shroud immediately and lend your strength to the garrison at Etat Spire. I am certain Captain Githrud will appreciate the help. I don't like eating too many pineapple because it makes my tongue go all prickly if I eat too much pineapple. I mean, like, yeah, it like cuts the inside of my mouth eventually because of all the acids. Blints are basically pancake stuffed with fruit jams or anything sweet. Ugh, that's too much. I don't like sweets. I do not like sweet fruit. I do not like fruit in my baked goods of any kind. And I hate, like I love pasties. I hate when people put fruit in pasties. Why do you do it? Just put meats. Just make them savory. Ah! I had a bad experience. Don't mind me. I'm also apparently very hungry. It's funny in Arabic because nanas is I am people. People are pineapples. Aren't we all pineapples when you think about it? Like, we're spiny on the outside, fruity, juicy on the inside, but also if you eat too much of us, it hurts your mouth. I noticed Japanese has a lot of words that sound very similar to English. Yeah, so there's a lot of loan words that come... So Japanese adopted a lot of loan words from English especially, but also French and Portuguese, and Spanish. Portuguese, really. That's why pan is the, typical word for bread. Like, there's gyunyu, but there's also milku. And there's like there's a long history for why that happens that comes from a byproduct of both the business world, post the Meiji Restoration period, pre-Meiji even, with like Edo, but also you have like... post-World War II Reconstruction and how American culturalism becomes part of things, and yeah. Also, pineapples aren't a single fruit. It's a bunch of berries smushed together, spitting in the eye of God's natural order. It's because modern Japanese adopted a lot of... It's not just modern Japanese, Atelier. It's existed far longer than just modern. You know that sounds good with pineapples? Pina colada. If you like pina colada and getting caught in the rain. That's actually a really cute song. If you never listened to it, you really should. It's about a couple who cheat on each other. And I know that doesn't sound like that should be a really cute song, but it is. What about quiche? Ugh. It's protease. It is eating you back. It's cherry pastry once stole Elio's lunch money. It's true. Do you like Japanese melon bread? I do not like melon pond that much. No. I could have a good pina colada about now. Lady, do you like getting pina colada? Do you like pina colada and getting caught in the rain? Who lives in a pineapple under the sea? Elio Forgeron. Pasties, one of the foods I missed from my college days at Michigan Tech. Nice. So there's actually a linguistic word for that. Cognitives. Yes. Of course, that was half a lifetime ago. Yeah. The song is catchy, though. Yes. Lieutenant Scarlet sent to you. They say, praise Nofka, though I believe the worst of the danger has passed. What few soldiers I command are both wounded and weary. 'Twas a well-placed shaft that was our... 'Twas a well-placed shaft that was our salvation. 'Twas a well-placed shaft that was our salvation. A private's arrow managed to punch a hole clear through the balloon's air bladder, forcing the Ixali vessel to flounder down into the trees. Ha! You could hear the squawking from here. I must admit, however, to feeling a moment of dread at the thought that the war balloon slipping past and drifting over the city walls. Thank the gods and a certain private that such a fate did not come to pass. Nevertheless, we are in no shape to repel the Ixal, should they prove able to press the attack. Pray, head north to the Peace Garden and see what has become of the downed craft. 7 more founder sub availables. Woo! Does Elio like red bean buns? I do. I love red bean buns. Anpan is awesome. I fucking adore Anpan. Now I want Anpan. Guys, I'm so hungry. Why are you doing this to me? I don't have food in the house. Am I gonna have to like turn off? Am I gonna have to say like no more food talk? I wouldn't want pina colada in the rain. I don't want rain in my pina colada. We could have a little umbrella. I like, you could have pina colada and getting caught in the rain, but like you could be caught in the rain but have an umbrella, so you're like enjoying the rain around you with a nice pina colada. Like imagine you're in the hot tub, right? And you've got an awning over you and it's storming all around you, right? And you've got a pina colada. That sounds pretty good. Are you not into yoga as well, lady? Do you have half a brain? Nice, Divins. Phrasing. I have to leave stream for a bit. Sounds good, Estriel. Thank you, Elio. Well voiced. Well said. 10 out of 10. I like a good bread with a sweet white or green bean paste. I'm not like green. I don't like green bean paste that much. I like Anko. Anko's about it. Well, yoga would probably break all my limbs and make me cry. Wait a minute. You ate store-bought snack cake for the 10K stream and you're turning up your nose at Blitz. Yes, because they're very different things. Tethys, you might have a refined palate, but what you think... Here's the thing. A lot of things that are treated as very, like, high quality taste very gross to me. And also, like, having a baked good and fruit inside of it tastes terrible to me. Having anything, like, baked or breaded with fruit in it tastes awful to me. So, I love bread. I love fruits. I just don't want them together. Subbed on Twitch. Thank you, Demins! All this talk of breakfast food, now I want pancakes, scrambled eggs, crispy bacon. Ugh. God, fuck. God. Guys, I'm like surrounded by... Like, I have a Perkins nearby me, but I can't go out. I'm still contagious. Bread. So, you do not like banana bread. Banana bread's okay. But, like, because it's... The problem isn't... It's not just a problem of fruit taste alone. That's part of it. But a big problem of it is fruit and bread. I don't want fruit in bread, but like banana bread is banana bread, right? It's not banana in bread. If you gave me bread with banana in it, I'd hate that. No food talk, not even about Eorzea. Hey, whatever fills your stomach. Or you... Hey, whatever fills your mouth. So no, do not give Elio pie. I do love French silk pie, but no, do not give me a fruit pie. I hate fruit pies. Elio, please send me all your cherry-filled pastries. I'll punish them for what they did to you. I have no ulterior motives. Phrasing. Blueberry muffin. I love how this is like going back and forth between people screaming at me for being dirty and talking about pies and fruits. Like blueberry muffin, apple pie, lemon tarts, nah. Like what are we talking about here on Lemons for Baby? None of those. I don't like muffins either. A cupcake's okay, but like I'm not a muffin guy either. Gotta go. Oh, Tethys. Okay, be safe. Do you find the downed balloon? Was the vessel yet sound? I'm not sure if this came from the birdman's craft or is part of another contraption entirely. There can, however, be no doubt that it is of the Ixal design. War balloons such as the ones you saw were invented by the Ixal to assert their dominance over the skies. These vessels allow them to avoid our ground-based patrols and infiltrate the Twelveswood with impunity. And the beastmen use them not only for the acts of war, but also to haul away the trees felled by their ever-expanding logging operations. 'Twas to combat the unwelcome destructive presence that we built guard towers throughout the forest, though I imagine the Ixal were quite displeased to find our borders thus reinforced. In fact, the primary purpose of this day's attack may well have been the destruction of Etat's spire itself. I am torn, Elio. We must not weaken our defense here, but I would be certain our enemy does not lurk nearby, awaiting an opportunity for sabotage. I would ask you to once more visit the crash site and search the surrounding area for signs of our foe. I pray that my concerns are not more than the anxious workings of a tired mind. Gosh darn you with either talking about filling of mouth or having fun in the shower. It's not Sunday! Bonk. Well, you brought that up! You made the point! You did the sexy Elio emo and said no food talk, not even about Eorzea. What was I supposed to do? Not take the easy low-hanging fruit? I bet you'd like some low-hanging fruit. Hey! Kick the tornado's butt, Tethys. Yes! Punch it right in its spinny part. How do you guys feel about souffle cheesecake or souffle pancakes? I don't think I've had them. I'd try them. That's the thing, I'll also try everything. I know I'm picky, but I'll try everything. Okay, fair enough. Get away from there, no feathers! Ours to dismantle! War balloons! It's all... Woo! Those were two not expected. Ooh. Go to horny jail, do not pass go. Bonk, go to horny jail. This is why we need the horny hammer emote. I worry if like Elio's fruits are low hanging after all the time he spends in that heavy art. Touch what is ours, you must not! Rights of savage, yes! Rights of savage! Salvage! Enough! So much screeching and cawing! Squawk! Chief Totalock! Whole part we sought, no feathers does! Search through wreckage for nothing we did! Weak-built fledgling, calm down, you will. Speak with featherless one, Sezul shall. Could you be an artisan? No, clothing's all wrong, it is. Garb for honest work, it is not. Squawk! Rise your weapon not. Ixal we are, but not of the same kind that attacked your tower. Balloon part you took. Value to it is little, yes? Have it from you we would. Not by force, no, and not from nothing. We make deal, yes? Inside gate you come. Show you our work in return, Sezul shall. But chief, mean to let the featherless ones inside. You cannot spread our secrets, he will. Squawk! Question, chief, you will not, Sezwal's decision. It is. Shut screechy beak before plucked and strung from nearest tree branch you are. Fierce-looking featherless ones! Look forward to next meeting, Sezuel does. Do not collect 200, but without my 200, how will I pay for food? Listen well, no feathers. If Chief trusts you betray, flay skin from worthless bones we shall. I've never tried souffle cheesecake as far as I know, but I know I need to make one. Yeah, that'd be cool. I definitely want to try that now. Go to jail, go directly to jail, do not pass go, do not collect 200. But what will but like I need that to pay rent and also to eat food. Please, I only have so many chewy bars left. That sounds so sad. I can't even say, oh. Brave you are to walk into Ixal Den! No such camp existed, you did not, eh? Now have the balloon parts in your name, Sezuel Willard. Yes, yes! Search long for this we have. Thank you, Elio Forgeron. Know you what this is, hmm? It is special stone used for making instruments to read speed of winds. Only found in Silphs. Very rare. Even clever Sezuel cannot build such instruments without it. Squawk! Seem confused, you two. You wonder why Sezuel not go to Silphs and fetch stone himself, yes? Tell you why. Sezuel will. We are not like Ixal of Natalan. In other places, no fighting with forest people. Outcasts we are. Call ourselves Ectal 9. Impressive, yes? Had nicer sound than Ectal 20 or so. But one purpose we have, to fly free like the wind. For war with forest people, or pleasing greedy goddess we care not. Fixed on the heavens our eyes are. Okay. We did it, guys. Speaking of, whenever I log out and see my poor warrior of light curling up into spiky dragoon armor, I feel a little bad. Yeah, it's not exactly the most comfortable armor to sleep in. I will not be silenced. I'll have to leave to do a thing. Oh, see you, Tillier. Thanks for the stream. I hope you feel much better. Thanks to Tillier. Chris, I'm glad I'm not the only one. All this talk made me hungry. BRB gonna go grab something to eat. Emote unrelated. It's okay, Elio. I haven't bought groceries in a month. It's lazy. And I'm subsisting on animal crackers today. I'm glad. Okay, I'm glad you're not lazy, because if I had any bearing on you not buying groceries, I was gonna be very upset. Yeah, my problem is I'm stuck inside for at least another 3 days before I can leave. Okay. Also, hey, green long chickens. I've always wondered how Mikote and Elrod can be comfortable laying down on their back. I imagine it like pins their tail down. Yeah, but like it may be that like it doesn't like put a lot of pressure on their tail, or it could be that like also maybe they tend to like sleep on their side most of the time, or you know, maybe just that like it's just not a lot of net bad weight. You know, there's a lot of different ways it could work. Souffle cheesecake tastes like cheesecake, but very light and doesn't have a densely packed texture. Oh, that sounds good. Imagine how difficult it would be for an Elrod to turn on their pillow with their horns. Yeah. Yeah, also very funny animations for going to bed and waking up. I have no idea what those are off the top of my head. Really soft mattresses. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different ways that they can make that work. Clearly, they're able to sleep somehow. Where is... South Shroud... I'll get back to Issa in a second. Let me. I love all fell sleep wake animations. There's something I've spent way too much time on thinking about because, like, you and Ara horns that get in the way of sleeping on their side. Yeah. Logging out the Lalafell, crawl to sleep, or roll out of bed and stick the landing. Nice. I've got cleaning to do around the house before the wife returns. Just pulled the drive. Just wanted to share the good news that A, subs were active, and B, Makipan was our first, which was crazy. That's awesome! That's super, super cool. Let me actually, I need to message Issa one thing. That's dealt with. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay, cool. That's taken care of. Sorry, guys. I had a logistics thing. It's been a rough 2 weeks. Okay. Well. Is this not where it is? Where's the unlock for quest Fear and Odin in the Shroud? Fear and Odin in the Shroud is New Gridania. Oh, it's in New Gridania, that's why. Aubrey, good to see you, glad to have you. Let me catch up on chat real quick. Somehow raw hardcore toward the back and go forward to the front. It seems like to be determined by tribe. I don't know that tribe does. Maybe I haven't looked close enough to say that for sure, but is that true? That tribe dictates it in any way? The Aura animation has them on their side, so I didn't like how. Maybe it just sinks into the pillow and into this really soft mattress. Or I'll just sleep standing up, leaning against trees like horses. Source, just trust me. Except Sadu, she doesn't sleep. The blood in it for her enemies gives her energy. It's true. Haven't been as active here lately because I've been going through emotional. Oh, I'm sorry, Aubrey. If there's anything we can, if there's things we can do to support, let us know. But just pop in and say hi and send love. Also, Aura, don't sleep. We wait. We wait. But Aubrey, yeah, I feel you. I've been having a bit of a similar week, so I hear you. I really, really, really do. Where is the Odin quest? It said New Gridania, right? If you want to join me for Odin, assuming that we get unlock it in time, which I think we should be able to. Actually, how long is the quest chain for Odin? Let me check that before we do that. Oh, okay. It's short as fucking shit. Well, if you guys want to join me for Odin, Sight to Behold. The House of the Delph Belt. Well, that's for House of the Dead. Where it said New Gridania is where it's at. Am I going crazy? 9/11. Lieutenant Scarlet would fear and open. Do I have to do something else? Is there a prerequisite that I'm missing? No, just fear, just the quest. I didn't happen to like pick it up or something, did I? Nope. Quest giver Scarlet. Well, Scarlet is found 99114. There's Scarlet. Okay, maybe I guess I'm just not. I guess I just can't unlock it yet for some reason. Well, in that case. In that case, I guess we're just gonna call it early. I don't know what happened. Okay. Well, we got all the stuff. We got all of the. Ooh, excuse me. We got all of the the tribe quests done. So on Thursday, assuming that I'm feeling better, we will be doing we'll be starting on 2.3. I think we're going to be calling it there for today. If anyone has any final questions or things they want to talk about, now's a good time to bring them up. In the short term, yeah, don't forget that if you want to support us, you can always drop us $1 on Patreon. We have our streams every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for MSQ. Saturday is community live stream. Sunday is our Twitch fun raunchy stream. Friday we have Lore Book Club. Wednesday new videos come out. If you like, wait, what? No, but and I think that must be what it. But I should really. I've got stuff I've got to do, so I'm gonna wrap up early. Check out our website at eorzeanarchives.com. Yeah, Redbubble if you wanted to get merch of our stickers and magnets. If you like, it starts with Primal Fear. Okay, so that's the problem. Is I didn't do all of Primal Fear with Urianger yet. Jellybean, thank you. That's what was up. So I'll have that ready for next time. Yeah, I think that's. So yeah, thanks so much for joining me, everybody. I know it's been a weird week as we get back into the swing of things, but it's gonna be getting good, and we're on our way. We're gonna be in Heavensward before we know it. We're only like 2 or 3 weeks away from Heavensward. So it's going to be very, very exciting. Lovely seeing all of you guys. And I hope you enjoy our videos tomorrow. We have a video coming out tomorrow. I may have another video coming out Thursday. Just because I want to try to put some extra stuff out since we're a bit behind. But yeah. Yeah, and since this is YouTube, we're contractually obligated to say like, share, and subscribe. Everyone make sure to give a clap to Tethys and Ray. Tethys, who may still be trying to survive the tornadoes right now. But also Tethys and Ray for all of their lovely, lovely work that they do for us. But yeah. So yeah, and Aubrey, I hope you're feeling better, or that you can have very least find some comfort somewhere. because I definitely know how that be, though. Yes, clap, 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 clap. But yeah. With that, I'm going to give it 60 seconds, and then I'll head out. If anyone has any final things that they want to ask or mention or point out, I will address them. Okay. We are heading out then. Good night, Jlali. Good night, Aubrey. Good night, LaBarbecue. Good night, Chris. Chris, why is that held for review? Good night, Lady. Good night, Destinium. Good night, Jellybean. Good night, Demins. Good night, Sweet Prince. And let the sound of angel. Yeah. Okay. Cheers, all. Have a lovely evening.